Roy McVicker. He sniffed that one up, shot the gap up the middle, and brought him down in the backfield for no gain there. 3rd down and 4 for Sandy Valley. Now that they're getting into the tight areas here, it's starting to tighten up a little bit on that defense for the Falcons. Actually, 4th down now. 4th and 6 for the Cardinals. And trying to see what they're going to do here. They're going to go for it. 4th and 6 on the 26-yard line of the Falcons. Rolling right, running right, got blockers, got room, got drilled at the 22-yard line. Pyle moved him all the way across. I think he got the 1st down on that. Initially was short. 2nd effort, a push from behind, got him across the line to gain. It's going to be 1st down, Sandy Valley.
Jeff, I had a chance to be here 2 years ago for this exact game, and one of the things that really stuck out to me were inside of the red zone, both teams had fumbles and turnovers. So when you think about ball security being at a premium with some new guys in there, getting some new touches, their first varsity reps, ball security becomes a premium, you know, when you talk about points. Guys that have never seen the end zone before.
Right.
It's a different feeling. And when you get that first touch of it, you get that first taste of it, it becomes new, it becomes wanted more and more, and you get guys that start to build confidence. So ball security, just the small things, doing the little things will build confidence more than anything for these new varsity football players.
Deuces right, single left, quick handoff off the middle to Murphy. He's dancing in the backfield, got about 2 yards on that after the initial contact. Like you said, you know, this is Grable's first start under center as well. He looks awful poised right now. 4:56 to go and counting. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Cardinals.
Well, Coach Brian Gamble also said that this isn't his first varsity taste of action in meaningful moments. So, you know, even though it's his first start, he's not really got those certain jitters you might get from a first-time starter.
Fake handoff. Great block picked up by complete to the left. Got absolutely drilled, took the contact after the catch all the way down to the 4-yard line, and he got hit hard. He got up slow. Looks like he's going to be okay there. That was Luke Williams on a reception. I see some hitting out there, TJ. I know this isn't D1 that you're used to seeing, but these kids coming hard downhill.
I mean, when you've been in training camp doing two-a-days, and you know these guys don't do the two-a-days that we used to, but I'll tell you what, you're just ready to hit somebody else in a different color jersey.
Quick handoff, made one guy miss. Spin move, another spin move. Brought down for no gain, and he dropped the ball. As you said, TJ, got to control the rock. He put it on the carpet, but it was brought back, recovered by Lucas Gilland.
You know, Gillen's one of those guys, man. I'll tell you what, the expectations for him, when you think about guys like, you know, Mason Tucci, some of these great wide receivers, first team All-Ohio wide receivers that Coach Gamble has had, Luke's in that line. And there's going to be some opportunities for him when he's one-on-one, but he's also a guy that's going to draw too and allow you to open up the run game.
Quick handoff up the middle again. Jack Murphy made one move, got brought down right away. Great tackle in the open field there by Hunter Dean. Junior getting his first start.
What a great tackle by number 20, man. You talked about that, Jeff. Open field tackle, your first taste, get a little bit burn here on opening night, Thursday night varsity action. Number 20 showing that he can be trusted by Coach Sarbaugh and his staff.
3rd and 5, quick snap there. Got pressure through it, caught, completed, coughed it up. And it looks like an somehow somebody caught it there. Both teams are saying they got it. It is an interception. Fairless Falcons come up with it. You just said it, TJ. Ball control inside the red zone 2 years ago was a problem, and it continues to be one at the start of this season on a great hit. Didn't see who put their head in there on that ball. Popped it up in the air, brought in by the Falcons after bobbling around for a little bit. So now the Falcons need to go 98 yards.
I mean, Jeff, I'm sitting here trying to do the math on where Sandy Valley started that drive. It had to have been over 10 plays, at least double digits for sure.
Yep.
And to be able to come away with nothing, you know, it hurts. But now Fairless has an opportunity. When you think about starting on your own 2-yard line, opening night, if you could drive this thing on the road down Sandy Valley's throat, this would be a game changer. It would be monumental for a lot of these guys' confidence.
Quick QB keeper up the middle just to give some space. Got about 2 yards. 3:09 to go here. First quarter still. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Falcons in their own dead zone at their own 4-yard line. Gorgeous night here. A little bit better last year, huh, TJ?
Oh, man.
I was camped out in the end zone last year. Had 2 rain delays.
Got a little wet.
Hung around till 11 o'clock at night to see these Cardinals get the victory. Let's see what will happen this year. 2nd down now. Mikey Ritter back in his first start. Looks poised, telling players where to go. Single back, Peter Killey. Hit the hole hard. Ooh, TJ, he nearly broke that one. If he got an arm tackle there, looked like Anthony Ross on an arm tackle. If he didn't bring Killey down, Killey could have been housed on that one. He's got the speed in the open field. 2:18 to go, 3rd down and 3 for the Falcons.
Now what do you do, though, man, when you start to think about, trust and expectations, guys that have never really been put in a situation like this where you're going to have to make a big-time decision because you do not want to give the ball back to Sandy Valley with a short field. But do you take a shot? Do you try and pick this thing up? Do you keep it on the ground and keep it safe with Peter Killey? Or do you allow your quarterback, a new guy getting first-time varsity reps, to maybe take the chains off, so to say?
Looks like we got a sideline warning on the Falcons. A.J. Sarball is not happy, so his blood pressure's up for the first time of the season, looks like. But to answer your question, A.J. Sarball is not afraid to roll some dice on some things.
He's got babies at home. He's got blood pressure.
Here's a quick handoff. Peter Killey up the middle, got brought down short of the line to go. Surprised there, TJ. I would have thought A.J. gets creative with the play call, and I would have thought he might have got a little bit more creative than an off tackle there. But he's just trying to maybe get some field position, take conservative route in your own dead zone, and now they're going to punt it away.
Hey, it's still early in the season, partner. I
Very
get it.
Early.
You want to be conservative, but it's going to come to a point in time when this thing is still knotted up 0-0, where you're going to have to take some shots, you're going to have to take a chance, and sometimes that means doing it with your own back to your end zone.
Hoforth and Gillen back to receive at the 45-yard line on this punt. Falcons are punting out of their own end zone here. Here's a snap. Here's the punt. It's a decent one. Going to be brought in by Gillen here at the 48-yard line. Hit and brought away. Got about 2 yards on that return. So a good punt and a good open field tackle there by the Falcons. But now field position in the favor of the Cardinals. 52 seconds left here for their second possession of the ball game.
Jeff, you talked a lot about some of those great receivers that have come through Fairless over the last couple of years. I mentioned some of those great receivers that have come through Sandy Valley over the last couple of years. When you look at this number 17 for Brian Gamble's offense, Luke Gillen, I mean, is this not an opportunity right here for this guy? As I talk to Coach about goals, expectations, how about a home run shot? 52 seconds left to go. First quarter, you just get a penalty. Why don't we find a way to get number 17? You have to create your offense around your best guys, right?
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, the way they ran the ball that last trip down, I think, you can maybe start to throw some. They threw a couple under routes there, maybe set them up for the deep ball. But I don't know, TG. I think right here you might just keep running the rock because you were making it work. Here's a quick handoff, under route, caught by Gillen, like you said. First down, Cardinals at the 42 of the Falcons. Setting them up for that deep ball, maybe under route, deep ball.
You're setting them up, but Coach Brian Gamble is doing the smart thing, and I know that because he's a former defensive back. Okay, don't put your new quarterback in a position where he has to make a hard throw. Give him a manageable throw on third down. Allow him to get the ball in his hands quickly, get the ball out of the quarterback's hand quickly, get it in number 17's hands quickly, and just let him shake, create a move, pick up the extra 4 yards after yak, you get a first down.
Deuces left, single right, handoff up the middle to Jack Murphy. Got tons of room to run. Had a big hole to go through there on the right side. Close to a first down. It's going to be just short, maybe about a half yard short on a second down opportunity here for the Cardinals. 9 seconds to go. Looks like they're probably going to tick this one down to the end of the quarter. And we're going to flip the field and do it again. Wow, after a first quarter of the season, it's already a good one, folks. Beautiful weather, great fans, full house, both sides, having a blast with the OG in the booth for really the first time in a football game, right? We've never been together this way. We've done some hoops together.
I'll tell you what, man, we've rocked it on a lot of microphones, man. We've been around the globe, partner. I'll tell you what, this is a good feel, though. You know, a lot of the things that we're trying to do here at SMG Network, we're trying to create some opportunities for some of the smaller schools, some of the more afterthought matchups. You know, we've been out to a lot of different places before, and you know, you go to the McKinleys, you go to the Maslins, you go to the Hoovers, you go to the Federal League schools, you go to some of the big schools, and you know, nothing against them, but they just expect you to be there to give them coverage. But what we want to do is find something more obscure, something that's kind of rare, which my guy, The Natural, found for tomorrow night. And I'll tell you what, this is going to be fun. We're going to have live video and audio from Kirtland. They are going to be hosting Dalton. Dalton gets to their first state championship game in school history last year in D7. Now they ran into the buzzsaw, Marion local, called that game. Ouch. But, and you lose Coach Brock Dial, who's now gone over to Tuslaw, and you got to roll up the road to Kirtland, who Tiger Laverty has just ran a monster squad over there. So that's going to be fun, man. I really am excited to see how the Bulldogs accept this challenge.
I am too. And now we're back in action here. Start of the second quarter, 12 on the clock. Hard count got the Falcons to jump again. Straight out of flipping the field, stop and play. Falcons got a little too aggressive on that one, so they're going to give up the first down on a hard count.
You know, Jeff, when you start to talk about a lot of new players for Fairless, for Sandy Valley, really what this game is going to come down to, and the reason it's 0-0 here going into the second quarter, is who's going to make the least amount of mistakes. You know, which team is going to come out here, hold their water, not jump off sides, not do the dumb, stupid mistakes. That's going to be the team that's going to win tonight.
Quick fake handoff left, rolling left, throwing over the top, wide open, caught, touchdown, Gillen. Sandy Valley draws first blood in this bird fight, 6-0, Sandy Valley. Great play there, fake handoff, had a lead blocker on the rollout, had Murphy in front of him, and Drew Grable just rolled out and threw a dime to the wide open. You already just talked about the young man, Lucas Gillen, 6'2", senior. And now for the PAT, we got leather on leather. The kick's up, right down the middle, good. 7 rip. Sandy Valley draws first blood here in Magnolia, Ohio at Sandy Valley Stadium.
You know, Jeff, we were really fortunate here recently to have a monumental, legendary experience in Magnolia where Vince Costello, the Browns, one of the all-time great Browns, a guy who went to Ohio University, guy who played his ball here at Sandy Valley, was honored, and they built a monument, a memorial to him, you know, similar to what they did for Marion Motley up there in Kansas City. As you go into the Hall of Fame, you talk about one of the greatest, not only football players of all time, but one of the all-time great, great human beings, fought for civil rights. You know, wasn't a guy that was going to sit there on the sidelines after the season was over. And when you think about some guys that really kind of stepped to the forefront, man, Vince Costello, one of the all-time legends to ever come out of this era. Think about the guys he played with. The Dick Schaffraths.
Wow.
He played with the Doug Deacons. He played with the Jim Browns. He played with the all-time greats. Otto Graham. He's on the sidelines being coached up by Paul Brown.
Wow.
Vince Costello.
That's mind-boggling.
They finally honored him here, man. We had a great time getting able to be a part of that here this past summer. Shout out to Vince Costello and all the Costellos.
Here's a kickoff brought in by Peter Kelly, going right to left now on your dial. He's got room to run. Hit the hole hard and got hit hard, but he's going to take it back all the way to the 25-yard line in their own area here now on the side of the field. 11:40 to go. Second quarter. Cardinals, after their first drive, stalled on a tipped interception. Falcons then went 3 and out, and the Falcons do not want to see this. Peter Kelly is on the carpet. It looks like it's a cramp, though, to me, with what they're doing. Peter Killey struggled last year with some injuries. Let's hope that young man is okay. He's struggling getting that leg down, being helped off the field. One of their best players. That's going to be tough for the Falcons to fill. Let's hope that young man's okay and can get back in this ball game. Second possession now of the game for the Falcons, going right to left on your dial now. And we got a little bit of a stop and play here. I don't believe anybody called timeout, but they're just taking their time here.
Well, Jeff, while we have a moment, man, let's thank a couple of our great partners.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man, you got your Hilscher Clark shirt on. I got my Hilscher Clark jacket on underneath the table here. Thought it was going to be a little chilly, man, but I'll tell you what, Hilscher Clark, what we were able to do with them for the Hall of Fame enshrinement parade, being able to be front row there at Nick Conley's garage. We had such a great time. And I'll tell you what, the things that Hilscher Clark has done inside of the community with the Habitat for Humanity homes, what they do giving back, not only helping us, just putting money back into the community for student athletes and help keep the lights on for great facilities like the Hall of Fame Village. Everything that's going on there. Hilscher Clark, one of the greatest electric companies in the country. Make sure you check them out.
Quick handoff there, again off tackle. That was Troy McVicker replacing Peter Killey as he went out hobbling. And trying to get eyeballs on him. Looks like he's sitting on the bench over there, just getting a drink of water. So maybe that was just a cramp and he's going to recover. Lots of athletes though over in this Falcon team. Like you said, TJ, it's next man up sometimes. And you've got this young squad over there for the Falcons. It's time for some of these young fellas to step up. 11:08 to go. 2nd down and 7. Trips left, single right. McVicker off the left hip of Ritterbeck. Ritterbeck rolling left, throwing left, caught, brought in, near first down. Great catch, great hands there by Zachary Gilkerson. I tell you what, TJ, it's always fun for me to do these Falcon games because all these names are pretty legendary at Fairless. I played with half of these kids' father. That makes me feel old a little bit.
You were still looking for a kiss from one of their mamas on the school bus when you were sitting there holding hands, trying to just make a name for yourself. The Fairless Falcon legend, double aces. I'll tell you what, man, it's always fun whenever you get a chance to call your alma mater. It's just a different feeling, man. So I feel your excitement, partner.
Quick jet sweep left, got room to run, cut it back. 6-yard gain there on a great jet sweep handoff to your guy, Cameron Carl. Cameron Carl, I've met him every year. His mom come over, give me a big plate of food last year over at Fairless. That first game of the year, they take care of you over there.
Yeah, I can't talk too much about it, but I'll tell you what. My man Brandon Carl, Marissa Carl, they used to host a legendary Halloween party. This was back when I think Cam was just a gleam in his daddy's eye. But I'll tell you what, great people, man, great family. And they're expecting big things out of Cam. He's one of those guys that's a natural athlete, kind of like yourself, partner. He can play almost any sport and really do good at it.
Cam again in, pitch, jet sweep pass over the top, nearly picked off. And that is a play, TJ, that the Falcons ran to perfection many, many times with that Yoder-Pomnio combination on a jet sweep pass over the top. Still in the playbook, I see. Didn't quite work that time.
Hey, Jeff, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of stuff for the Walsh University Cavaliers. Yeah. Our friends at Walsh University, man, I'll tell you what, swords up, great friends, Christina Payon, Greeny, all that they do for us. What are your kind of your expectations for the young man from Fairless who has now taken his track skill to Walsh?
It's off the charts. He's one of the best athletes ever come through Fairless.
He's a burner.
He can burn and many things. Hand off again, Carl up the middle, dragging three Cardinals, and is going to be short of the first down. It's going to bring up 4th down and 2 for the Falcons. Midfield here. I wouldn't suspect aggressiveness here by A.J. Sarval. And good to see here Peter Killey running back on the field on this protection on the punt. 9:38 to go, second quarter. Cardinals up 7-0. Cardinals have had the ball 2 times, nearly scored on the first. Marched down 60 yards, scored on the second. And now they're getting the rock back with 9.5 to go in the first half. Here's the punt, nearly blocked. got off a gorgeous punt all the way down, received at the 10-yard line. Falcons in pursuit, cut back, and got brought down. Great coverage, great punt, great tackle there by the Dirty Birds of Fairless.
Tell you what, man, that young man's going to get a helmet sticker for that tackle. Woo! Inside the 10-yard line. And, you know, when you can do stuff like that, even though it's not inside the 10, they're going to mark him at, I believe, the 12-yard line. When you can do that, when you can change field position, you know, I had a guy, I think his name was Jim Tressel. He used to talk a lot about the punt and special teams. I mean, I don't know why. Well, I didn't really listen a whole lot.
He never brought that up.
You know, he's going to be over at the Tozie's for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon Club starting on Monday, man. Make sure you check it out. You can get a membership for $40. Hear some great speakers. But I'll tell you what, you're going to hear Jim Tressel talk about special teams. This special teams play, let's see if it helps Fairless out.
Man in motion left to right. Cardinals on the third possession. Little pass forward. Got room to run, got bounced outside, made two guys miss, bounced it again. He's stumbling, bumbling down to the 30-yard line, still moving, spin move, down to the 37-yard line. What a great vision by Lucas Gilland on that little jet sweep pass. 8:56 to go, first down, Sandy Valley. And TJ, you brought up Coach Tressel over there at the Hall of Fame when he speaks. Saw him last year, and I tell you what, I saw a difference in Coach Tressel. He loosened the tie up a little bit, you know, got a little bit, you know, brought some extra humor in there. It was fun to watch.
Only thing I recognize is his hair is a little bit whiter. Every year since I think he had old 7 Deuce, his hair has gotten a little bit whiter. And, you know, you think about the stress at that level. Think about the stress that Coach Sarbaugh and Coach Gamble are under. Yeah. Think about Coach Ryan Day this year getting ready to hopefully not go 0-4 against the Wolverines.
Here's the snap again. Handoff, off tackle. Great open field tackle again. Great pursuit there by Zachary Long for the Falcons. You know what, though, TJ? Coach Tressel just never looked stressed out. Did you see him stressed out? Did you feel it on the sideline, or he looked calm as a cucumber on TV?
I think Lady Gaga sang it best. Poker face. I'll tell you what, there's always stress at the Division I college football level, man. I mean, there's so much money. And again, the word it comes down to is trust. Even at this small high school level, you got to be able to trust your guys out there on the field to get it done.
Deuces right, rolls right, throws, ball bobbled, but eventually brought in by Micah Hofarth.
Okay, so now you think about, you know, the trust that your new young quarterback has in Mr. Hoffert. Okay, he's gotten his first catch of the season, right? Everybody's got their eyes on number 17, but you have to build confidence in other areas of your offense. So you have to take shots. You got to give guys chances, and that right there is one of those things that's going to help this drive click as they're already getting close to the 50.
Here's another pass over to the left, another completion. Got hit right away, spin move, got drilled out of bounds by a couple of Falcons. Great pursuit and tackle there, again, by Peter Killey and the freshman TJ. That's another, oh, I'm sorry, that was Hunter Dean on the tackle. He's a junior.
I'll tell you what, I like this number 20 for Fairless. On defense, he's been flying around. Peter Killey, you can tell, you know, he's already starting to feel a little bit of the damage. He's going to ask to take, he was looking to get called out of the game. Jeff, when you have to go both ways in high school football, it gets a little bit easier by week 4 or 5, but week 1 is still a grind.
Yeah, and he already cramped up it to be already off tackle run there, just to kind of continue to establish this run for the Cardinals.
So what, have you already set your clock to it that you know we're going to get at least 4 or 5 dudes that are going to cramp up here before the end? Even though we have this beautiful fall, late August night.
Every year. I'm going to say the over-under is 7 or 8, to be honest. Come second half, guys are going to be going down like flies.
Well, I know Coach Fred Thomas. He's got a little bit of that spicy brown mustard in his back pocket, man. When they go down, get him some olives, some pickles, whatever you got to do, man. Salt those muscles up and get them back out there.
A little Pedialyte popsicle. 7:08 to go. Second down and 6 into Fairless territory now. He's going to take off running left. And another great open field tackle by the Falcons. Falcons are doing a great job tackling. John Hill on the open field tackle, and that's a sophomore, TJ.
Yeah, you got to find those guys. And I'll tell you what, when I talked to Coach Sarbaugh and Gamble before this game started, it really, to me, it just goes down to who has the youngest guys that they can count on to not make mistakes. Make those open field tackles, not jump off sides, know the cadence, know the checks. And right now, Sandy Valley is winning that young sophomore battle.
Here's a snap, bad snap. In pursuit now, he's running for his life there. Oh, wow, what a play there. Bad snap, wide left. They went Wildcat, TJ, put Gillen in there at quarterback. Snap, it looked like it came out a little bit too early, and that's going to be a big loss for the Cardinals. They're now going to be back in their own territory. They went from the Falcon 35 all the way back to their own 44.
Yeah, it's never good, and that's going to give Coach Brian Gamble maybe a few of those little white hairs are going to come creeping out on him. I got some coming out on my beard now, partner, and I know Coach Gamble, his expectations and his desire and passion for the game of football and baseball, just sports and athletics, he's one of those guys that just doesn't want to lose. Nobody wants to lose, but some people are like really, really ornery about it, like a Michael Jordan type. Never want to lose. Coach Gamble does not like to lose, and he's very passionate about what he does in his body of work.
There was a situation, TJ, where you just talked about it. You know, you've been going conservative for the most part, getting your guys comfortable. First time you try something a little bit different, going Wildcat with your good receiver, didn't work out. They went from 3rd and 3 to now 4th and 19. And here's a snap. Decent punt. Gonna hit the ground in a great Cardinal roll, and they let that ball bounce and take a Cardinal roll all the way down to the 6-yard line. And we got a bird fight midfield here, a little scruffing going on. Feathers flying everywhere midfield, TJ.
Yeah, don't start saying bird fight around me, man. I'm a golden eagle at heart. So you start talking about birds of a feather flock together, I might fly out this press box and jump down in there and let them know what time it is. I'll tell you what.
Well, I was an eagle too. Ashland?
Yeah. I'll tell you what.
You said, like.
Ashland, yeah. Listen, our heart still kind of resides with our good friends at Walsh University in North Canton. You know, but, you know, some great things that have gone on all throughout the OHSAA. Walsh University has been a great partner of ours.
Yep.
You know, we've been able to be in the driver's seat with some of the things we do with Wednesdays at the Wink, getting all the different coaches in there, players in there, letting people hear kind of a firsthand perspective of what they go through on a daily basis, the grind of a college athlete, even at the Division II, Division III level. We're fortunate around this area, partner, to have the Malones, the Mount Unions, the Walsh Universities, and high-end NCAA college football action. It's coming down the line, man. I'll tell you what, Coach Fank, I know he's got some players. He's got his old boy from Warren Harding. You got some guys on the offensive line that got to step up. What are your expectations for Walsh University this year?
Well, you know, not seeing many of the football games last year. I know you saw a lot more football. I think the football team's going to need to step up a little bit.
Okay.
The basketball team.
You want me to tell you about Dallas Jet? That's my man from Warren Harding. I'll tell you what, great football player. I believe you may have called some of his games. Just get him in space, let him play, let him do his thing, kind of like a Peter Killey type. Just don't mess it up for him.
Carl in motion left to right. Little pitch pass over to Peter Killey. He's got room to run. He's on the outside. He got one man to beat. He got knocked out of bounds. First down, Falcons. After another drive that the Falcons start inside their own 5-yard line. Good little pitch pass to the right to get, like you called it up, TJ. Get your guy in space. Got Peter Killey in space there. Gave him room to run.
You know, one of the things that's really impressed me thus far, Jeff, is this offensive line for Fairless. You know, I've talked a lot through the years. You've talked a lot through the years. I know how close you are to the Emer family.
Yep.
You know, one of our favorite SMG Network fans, Annabelle Emer. But what Dom Emer did, those guys on the offensive line, these replacements that have come up and taken the new position, taken the ranks, the next gen, they're getting it done. I want to see if they can put together a drive here before the end of this first half.
Another pitch, opposite way, and the Cardinals were ready for that one. What a great step up and tackle. That was Caleb Dubner. He just stepped up in the lane. He darn near took that pitch, TJ. 5:23 to go. Second down and 13 now for the Falcons. As the Falcons are trying to spread them out a little bit. Let's see if they can kind of go off tackle now or maybe throw the ball in the flats.
When you start to look at a couple of the offensive guards we've talked about for Sandy Valley, you got a very undersized left guard. But I'll tell you what, the man in the middle of the center, he's going to get out there right now in front of the screen.
A little under screen. Carl got room to run, got hit super hard, but he stood straight up and kept moving. Near a first down, but it's going to be short. Good play call there. 4:48 to go. Cardinals still up 7-0 on the visiting Fairless Falcons.
I'm really starting to like Cam Carl's game. You know, he's kind of put him on the outside, put him on the inside. I want to see if Coach Sarball finds more ways to creatively get him the ball. And as you mentioned, partner, you know, we know that the game of football is not rocket science. The run opens up the pass opens up the run. So let Peter Killey soften it up like he might do here on the Wildcat.
Yep, Wildcat, Peter Killey off tackle. Looks like he got the first down. He dove and stretched, reached out that arm for it, and got the first down. Much needed for the Falcons. 4:10 to go, down 7-0. Move those chains. Both teams now getting a little bit creative. Seen Wildcat out of both teams. You mentioned, you know, Walsh University over there, TJ, and that GMAC conference is just such a great conference, man. It's so fun to call games over there. And for me, was never on my bingo card to not only call a Falcon game, but also a National Eagles game. It's been a lot of fun. 3:45 to go here, back in action, 5 wide. Ritterback, another, oh, he threw it over the middle. Peter Killey heard footsteps. Looked to his right, didn't bring in that ball and secure it. He had some room to run, but that's an incomplete pass. Going to be 2nd down and 10. You're starting to see the playbook open up now for A.J. Sarball as this first half winds down with 3.5 left.
Yeah, but when you still think about your back being to the end zone, not even being across your own 30-yard line, you still got to find ways to get creative here, and you don't want to make a mistake and ultimately go down 14-0 before you go into half. So there is a little bit of conservacy when it comes here.
Little option. Mikey Ritterbeck kept it himself. Probably should have pitched that when he got brought down right away. And it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. 3:27 to go and counting. Big 3rd down attempt here for the Falcons. 3:18 and ticking. Substitution here by Sandy Valley. Been a pretty clean football game so far, TJ.
It has. We haven't seen a whole lot of penalties. And I'll tell you what, I had a conversation with the officials as we were running off the field in pregame. I said, listen, it's opening week. The linemen are going to hold a little bit. Don't call it. If you see a hand outside, give them a free pass. It's all good. Let them play.
Deuces left, and oh, wow, what a great play. Great pass and catch to Carl. TJ, I don't know if you noticed that or not, but they had Carl in motion that time, and they ran the Miami Dolphins, Tyreek Hill, in motion, get him north as soon as they hike it, and use that speed of Carl. He looks nice.
Yeah, he is. He's just an overall really, really good athlete. For his age, you see a lot of muscle definition. You also see for his age a little bit of a speed burst, and then you got the toughness aspect. He's kind of like that trifecta box, man. You know, he's one of those guys that you just don't want to see in the back alley because he can get it done.
Deuces right, single left. Man at Carl in motion, right to left. Ritterbeck takes a snap, drops back, pitch over to Killey. Killey almost made a guy miss. Great open field tackle there by a couple of Cardinals. But that was initially brought down by Jack Murphy, who we know on the other side of the ball is a heck of an athlete. He can also make a tackle on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, we've been hearing some Murphys throughout this Sandy Valley Cardinal team for the last couple of years. And, you know, we see a lot of legacy guys. We've called Mogador games. We've called Fairless games. It's a family kind of affair, right? When you're down at some of those smaller schools, you kind of never leave town. Although, we got you out, man. Yeah. You're actually in Golden Eagle territory, man. You're playing local, a Fairless transplant. But, you know, a lot of these guys, their daddy played, their cousin played.
Yep.
Their granddaddy played, their brother played, and it's just part of a legacy that you got to get it done.
Here's a snap, rolling right. Mikey throws. Great pass, great catch by Cameron Carl. Starting to see an early possibility for the Hilscher Clark Electric player so far for the Falcons has been all Carl. Mikey Ritterbeck, though, threw a dime, threw it only where his guy could get it on a great rollout to the right. 2:13 to go. 1st and 10 Falcons now in the territory of the Cardinals for the first time. Rolling right, rolling left now, throwing over to the sideline, caught, brought in, tackled, inbounds. Clock's going to stay running inside 2 minutes. Another first down, Falcons. Hurry up offense for the Falcons now. They have 2 timeouts left. down 7-0.
You got to like the poise, though, Jeff.
Whew.
You know, being in a first-time situation, first varsity reps, it's kind of easy coming out there for the first series of the game. But when you're in there in a 2-minute situation, trying to get your first score of the game, well, I'll tell you what, there's a lot of pressure there.
Deuces right through to the right. He had tons of pressure on both sides coming up. He had to roll out, had to throw before he wanted to, threw it wide right. But if anything's good about that, it does stop the clock for the Falcons. 1:37 to go here in the first half. Falcons down 7-0 to the Cardinals. Falcons have plenty of time here. Refresher for you fans out there. Every first down, the clock stops till it's set. Falcons also have 2 timeouts left. Minute and a half is plenty of time at a 35-yard to go. Ritterback drops back, looking over the middle. Caught, Killy, tackled right away. What a great tackle in the open field, and he stared him down. Kobe Bryant style. Luke Williams on a great tackle, lifted up and dropped Killy. Clock is stopped. It looks like Sarval is going to take a timeout here. I believe it was AJ that took the timeout. So one thing they don't have up on the clock for me here is timeouts. I don't see them up there, but I believe that was the Falcons that took that timeout. 1:27 to go.
Yeah, you know, Coach Sarval, he's one of those guys. He comes from the Don Hertler School of Genius football coaching, right? And it really comes down to a Don Hertler philosophy, a Don Hertler senior philosophy, and Ed Glass philosophy is you do not waste any seconds off the clock. Time management is crucial, and you better make sure that you have everybody on the same page, because when a ball is snapped, you expect that your guys are not going to make a mistake and cost you here in a 3rd and 9 from the Sandy Valley Cardinal 34 an opportunity to score with only $1.27 left.
Caro in motion right to left, all kinds of time. Got all kinds of pressure. It was a great time to call the screen, but the Cardinals sniffed it out. It's going to be 4th down. You got to figure this is 4th down territory for the Falcons. 4th and 6, 1:08 to go. I don't know if you saw that, TJ, but Killy on the sideline and that timeout was getting stretched out again. So we're at 2 so far on the cramps. Trips right, deuces left, throw over the middle, all the way wide open, caught, touchdown Falcons! On a 40-yard dime over the middle by Mikey Ritterback, thrown and brought in by Troy McVicker. 7-6, Falcons put one on over the middle on a post route. What a great call. First time going over the middle deep like that for Coach Sarval. Great call there.
We just talked about the patience, the poise, all of those things that go into a great young player that allows them to go from a sophomore to a senior and really develop and become maybe a potential college football player, potential an all-star county player. But for coaches too, you and I have both seen Coach Sarval grow up in front of our eyes, man. I know you got to be super proud as an alum, but I'll tell you what, as a friend of mine, what he's done, his aggressiveness, the way he runs things, you got to love it.
And the kick's up. The kick is good. The sophomore, Jameis Robinson, ties this up with his leg on a good PAT. Great job there for the Falcons to stay poised with the sophomore quarterback. Shout out to Mikey Ritterback for his first tutty of his varsity career. I look forward to seeing many more from that young man. Played high school basketball with his dad, TJ. Mikey Ritterback, his dad, Mike Ritterback, he was the best defender in the county. We put him on whoever could score. And he was a monster. He's 5'10" and could do any dunk. Athletic as heck. He was fun to play with. Great guy, too. We still stay in touch. He's going to get us, he's actually over there doing stats. He'll get us stats here by the end of the game.
Gotta love him, man. I mean, listen, if he wants to line up a couple cheeseburgers, a couple slices of pizza, a hot dog, you know, something, tell you what, I mean, I'll like him even more. But you can never go wrong with some stats. And, you know, I'm interested to see what these stats look like here when we get to the end of this first half. 46 seconds remain in this thing. It's 7-7. It's been highly competitive. You know, you got defenses that are holding in there. They're maintaining. But what have we seen? We've seen two coaches that at the right time called the perfect play, and it was an explosive play. A play that was 20-plus yards or more that went for a touchdown, and they just calculated it. They waited for it, called it at the right time, man. You got to love that when you see the game of football, man, how it just works out perfectly.
Impressive to see. And then you got two smart head coaches here, been around the game for a while. Here's the kickoff. It's a short one, brought in at the 20. Got some room to run. Got hit at the 30-yard line and got drilled. Brought down by a whole flock of Fairless Falcons there. 35 seconds to go. I haven't seen Coach Gamble coach enough to know what his philosophy is going to be here. If he's going to be patient, if he's going to just be conservative, go into the locker room with a 7-7 tie, or if maybe he'll take a shot here. Let's see.
Well, my first note is I heard flock with the Falcons, and I'm just scared. You know, do they flock to the ball? Is it kind of like a thing when you're a Fairless Falcon? I'll tell you what is a thing for Coach Brian Gamble. He came from the wing tee. He's going to run this clock down. I don't expect to see a shot.
Roll out. Quarterback's going to tuck and run. He's got room. Peter Killey, though, comes from behind and brings him down. Inbounds. Timeout taken by Gamble here.
Hey,
and, man, he looks like a Gamble, too. I tell you what.
The Gambles and the Perry Panthers and the wing tee offense. We know that they are taking on Central Catholic here tonight. We're going to get you a score update at the half. I'll tell you what, man. Hearing that Coach Keith Wakefield has come back out to be the defensive coordinator for Zach Slates, my old nemesis. You know what? Coach Wakefield, I've had jokingly conversations with Kirk Barton. Coach Wakefield used to stay down at our apartment, used to stay at our house. He'd come down, and back in high school, I was deathly afraid of him. But when he'd come down there and have some refreshments with me when I was in college, all of a sudden we're like best buddies, right? But he's one of those guys, they joke around that like he'll die on the sidelines because the moment he stops coaching football, it's like taking a piece of your body. It's like taking a limb. Like it's pulling your heart out of your chest because, I mean, Coach Keith Wakefield, he was born to coach football. He loves all the great parts of it, the attitude, the aggressiveness, running the wing tee, and it's cool to see him back out there for Coach Zach Slates.
Back in action now, 24 seconds left. A hard count gets the Falcons to jump again, and another free first down for the Cardinals. Cardinals going 5 wide. I kind of think, TJ, I doubt they're going to throw the rock here. Oh, they're going to call that on the Cardinals. False start on the Cardinals, so they're going to be coming back 5 yards. Second down and 9 now with 24 seconds left. Cardinals going 5 wide. I look for them just to get their quarterback into some space, let him make a decision if he's going to tuck and run or if he's going to throw over the top. So Drew Gable by himself. Drops back, look, tuck and run up the middle. Made one guy miss, made another guy miss. He's got room to run on the outside. Hezzy made a guy fall down in the middle of the field and got all the way into Falcon territory at the 35-yard line before he got out of bounds. And now, TJ, you can be aggressive. 13 seconds on the clock. Clock is stopped. They have at least one timeout left, if not 2. So what do you think here, TJ? Maybe 3 plays at this point from the 37-yard line of the Falcons.
At the high school level, 3 plays might be ambitious, but I'll tell you what, you're going to get 2 solid ones in there. Keep it towards the sideline right here. 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Falcons. I'm taking the shot to the end zone. You got to look for number 17. Regardless of what plays you run, whether they're 2, whether they're 3, with a tie ball game, 7-7, 13 seconds remaining in the first half. If you do not look for number 17 and you're Coach Brian Gamble, I may have to go down there on the sideline and talk to him about it. I mean, he's your guy. He's your playmaker. He's the one who scored the first touchdown for you. He's a guy that, you know, has expectations of being first team All-Ohio. You know, just there's the speed, there's the competitive nature. There's a guy who looks like he will be a college football player. Going to go 1AA over there to St. Francis in PA. You know, he's going to continue his career. He's going to build and develop. I'll tell you what, he has his eyes set on letting everybody know, I think in Stark County, Summit County, T County, wherever it may be in Northeast Ohio, that just because we're a small school down here doesn't mean number 17 can't play some ball.
So he's already committed.
He is committed.
Nice. 13 seconds left here, first half, 7-7. Cardinals, man in the backfield, rolling right, looking right. Good pocket over the middle, complete. Tackled, brought all the way down the 15-yard line. 3 seconds left. Going to be one more play, most likely for the Cardinals.
See, there was your problem, Jeff. You talked about, can you get 3? But it took so long for that play to develop that it cut out that third play you were hoping to get because of just that extra 2 or 3 seconds. And you know, I see a young man running off the field here for the Fairless Falcons, going back into the locker room. We got 3 seconds left, a 7-7 ball game. And you know what? You got to give a special shout out, man. I know I'm going to pump your Fairless Falcons here for a little
Let's
bit, man.
do it.
I'm going to get excited, man. And you know what? I do it because my little girl, I know you got some youngsters that have just started a new level of high school. My little girl is now a Jackson Polar Bear, and you know how hard it is for me to say that, being a Glen Oak Golden Eagle. My girl Rosie, shout out to my girl Liz, listening in. I'll tell you what, for me to see the development of the young kids and, you know, getting out, coming back to school and having so much fun, man, there's really nothing quite like it, man. And I'll tell you what, these players are excited, you know, leaving it all out there, man.
So Cardinals come out. They're going to attempt a field goal. A.J. Sarball is going to ice the kicker, take his timeout with 3 seconds to go. I didn't notice pregame what kind of a leg their kicker has here, but he is a new kicker from last season. So we'll see here if that was a bluff by Gamble. But they're keeping him out there.
And I'll tell you what, man, don't ever trust that guy. He's a Play Panther. He cannot be trusted. When you shake his hand, when you look at him, you think he's friend, but he's foe. He's shooting you a little side-eye look. I'll tell you what, man, you got to take points, though. 7-7 ball game, 3 seconds left. You got to take the points where you can get them, man.
Here's a snap. Here's the hold. Here's the kick. Low one, no good. Falcons celebrate as, I don't know if that was just a poor snap there, but the ball came out extremely low. Maddox McCord is a junior. So this ball game is going to go into halftime. What a great first half of the season here for high school football here in Northeast Ohio in Stark County. Man, that was a good first half. We got 20 minutes here for the half. We're going to have a couple bands play. We'll come back here in a little bit. We'll get you some scores of the few games going on tonight. Those games are Warren Harding versus McKinley. Central is at Perry. And Massillon Tigers flew over to the Nike headquarters, and they're playing against the NFL Academy from London. So we'll get you those scores here as we come back at halftime. In the meantime, folks, enjoy the halftime show of both bands, and we'll be right back.
taking care of business in place of white-collar workers. The song received great praise and quickly became Bachman Turner Overdrive's #1 hit, taking care of business.
No. I think,
Ladies and gentlemen,
you know, we're Fairless, bro. We gotta wait to the end of the game. We can't do it now. Surprised we got anything. We're Fairless, bro. I feel at home with that jam.
congratulations to the Sandy Valley Cardinals on this great halftime show. We wish you and all of Cardinal Nation a successful season. To our Falcon fans, thank you for everything you do to support all of the musicians and athletes at Fairless. It's a great night to be in Fairless, Ohio. Go Falcons!
Kinley's knotted up. Panthers up 21 red.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's our honor to present to you the marching band from
All they had last year was
Cardinal the Sandy
War.
Valley Marching Cardinals.
Is the Stanger kid still there? The 694 or something?
The band is under the direction of Mr. Craig Carnes with Assistant Director Mrs. Laura Dotson. Tonight, the band premieres their halftime show with a collection of music that is sure to make you wish for the early days of summer again. Sitting out on the beach, under an umbrella, with the radio playing some of your favorite soft rock hits from the 70s and 80s. Kicking off our yacht rock theme show is a song from the band Chicago, written in 1972. The song describes a scene that the writer Robert Lamb filmed while in Central Park observing steel drum players, singers, dancers, and jugglers. Lamb told Billboard magazine, "Man, it's time to put music to this. Here is Saturday in the Park." song has perhaps one of the most iconic saxophone lines of all time. It is one of the best-selling songs of all time with over 11 million copies sold worldwide. It was released as the second single album from Wham's second studio album, Make It Big. Although this song was released as part of Make It Big, the single release is credited to either Wham, featuring George Michael, or solely to George Michael. Here is Fairless.
Yo, what's up, dude? What's up, Brady?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man. Vegas burnt down on the house.
Oh, yeah. Me and my little offensive plays for Brian. I simply just write from the traffic. Peon. There it is.
Ain't it fun, though? Some fun as an egg. It's been a while. It's watching kids learn.
It is.
It's
I
exciting.
just like being around it. I miss baseball. You know, I was really tight. So, but there it is.
Yeah, you know, it's my boy Jeff Tyler, Jeff, Brady Kale.
Brady Kale, nice
Man,
to meet you.
he'd be some good competition for your golf career, man.
Yeah.
Just a scratch golfer.
I used to be too. Creeping up. Yeah, I don't get to play, but I have to work on
I went out and got on his team for the golf outing or the golf tournament. All of a sudden, I got a brand new pair of shoes.
You ever get yours?
Yeah, I got one. I'm like, damn, man. But I was on your guys'
That
team.
envelope sat in my office. You got that with it?
Yeah.
TJ carried this. How bad?
Ah, carried your beers.
I carried something.
A few of those.
It was fun to. I haven't played the last couple of years just because Florida and such. I was in Scotland one year. I was not just in Scotland.
How was that?
That was awesome. I got a buddy over there. He planned a trip for. There was 20 of us. And played the old course, played some Dunbarney, which is a really nice course. Kings Barnes. We played his home course, which is just what's the other one? We played Rain, I think was the course. It's like one of the oldest courses ever. It's good. Rain that day. It was good. Good day. So we could touch the Wildcat there and not get the one. It really should be a close game. I don't understand why we don't get on the ball like all the time. Like you said, he's an athlete.
That's what I'm saying on the broadcast. It's like,
Well, my friends,
two shots in the end zone. And just one or two guys better run it.
Right. Basketball wise, like tomahawk dunks.
everybody
He
sing,
can jump.
everybody dance. We're going to party.
Like, yeah,
Paramu,
athletes.
fiesta, forever.
All right.
Come on and sing along.
Nice to meet you.
Lionel Richie's 2 that hit #1 on 3 Billboard's charts. Here is All Night Long.
Where's Dad's number? In the back here.
That guy?
Wearing Daddy's double aces. See ya. 11 to the house.
All right.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the halftime show here in Magnolia, Ohio, as the Fairless Falcons come into town here to take on the Sandy Valley Cardinals. We're knotted up at 7-all here in the first half. Great first half so far. Both teams went back and forth on field position. There was only one turnover in the ball game, and that was Sandy Valley on their first possession. Got all the way down to the 2-yard line. And then threw a tip ball interception there that cost Sandy Valley that probable touchdown there. Fairless went down, scored with about 40 seconds left. in the first half, and then Sandy Valley nearly answered as well as they went clear down to the about 11-yard line of the Falcons, but then got brought down, then kicked a field goal and didn't get it to convert. So seesaw battle back and forth here for both teams, but the end result is a 7-7 tie. As I mentioned, we've got a few other games going on here in the area. Central Catholic against Perry Panthers. Perry Panthers at half are up 21-0 over Central. Warren Harding against McKinley. McKinley scored right at the end of the first half to go up 19-13. And as I said, 7-7 here for all your Thursday night games. We don't have an update yet for the Massillon game that's out of town. We'll try to get that for you here through the first quarter. TJ, what did you see there first half?
I get excited when I hear the band going. Except the fact that it's the Michigan fight song, that becomes a problem, right?
That's painful. I felt at home on that first one, but not the second.
I'll tell you what, partner. I've had a chance to call a lot of these Fairless Sandy Valley openers on Thursday night, and it's always great fanfare. It's great to get the community out. You get a lot of new players out. You get beautiful facilities, and there's the X factors. There's the question marks, right? We know what Gillen can do.
Yeah.
As we're talking to our guy, Brady Kale from Waynesburg Eye Vision Care. You know, it doesn't take a eye doctor to understand that you should be targeting number 17 for Sandy Valley all the time. He may be the best athlete on the field.
Most likely, yep.
Right? He's talking about tomahawk dunks that he can do on a basketball court, a lot of different things that he can do. But when you get down to it, it's going to be the guys that were unknown that are going to peek out here. They're going to make a little bit of noise. They're going to have that big play and all of a sudden get that confidence. And when you're talking about 7-7, coming into the start of the second half, I'll tell you what, some guys that are going to be strapped up out here, again, I talk about what Coach Fred Thomas told me. I see his boy Ben Thomas down there stalking the sidelines. Great coach, following in the footsteps of his dad. You see Coach Brian Gamble come trotting over here with he got a little leg limp going on over there. You know, like he had to step up and fill the box on a tackle on a run play back in that old Perry Panther defense. But you know what? It's guys like those sophomore offensive guards that I told you about from the Sandy Valley Cardinal offense. This is their first time getting some action. They've had success in the first half. Listen, the jitters are over now.
Right. Yep.
Right? You're a varsity football player now. Act like it. Right? You can't say, I've been there before, because you haven't. But after that first half, you are no longer a rookie.
Right.
You are starting to develop, build yourself. A guy like Cam Carl for the Fairless Falcons, getting his first sniff of varsity football.
And
he showed up.
And balling out.
He has showed up. And because a guy like Peter Killey may be going out with some cramps, a little bit of injury, it gives a guy like a Zach Gilkerson, a Cam Carl, a chance to be able to shine and say, you know what? I can be the next Luke Yoder. I can be the next Brody Pomniel. I can be that guy. Coach Sarbaugh, look at me over here. Call my number. Throw me the rock. And we've seen that from Cam Carl in the first half.
Absolutely. There's no fear in that kid at all. You can tell he's not afraid of the moment. He's not afraid of the rock. And I got to do two shout-outs, really, on both sides of the ball. The first time for Drew Grable to be starting quarterback for the Cardinals. Looked poised. I think, TJ, that the Cardinals might have found something when they went 5 wide late in the game, and then let the quarterback decide if he's going to take off and run or not. I think that might open up something for the Cardinals, so we'll keep an eye on that.
You know, when you start to do that stuff, Jeff, again, I keep harping on offensive line. I don't know if it's because I'm just an offensive line guy at heart. You know, just kind of
could be
kind of gets me excited when I wake up in the morning. But you know, when you're putting that type of pressure on new offensive linemen, right? And as I told Coach Fred Thomas over there, listen, we know the deal is offensive linemen. If we can give a quarterback 5 to 6 seconds. You need to find somebody wide open, right? Somebody should be open. That's all we can do. We got our backs to you. We got our butts to you. If we give you 5 to 6 seconds, Get it done.
Yep. If not, if it's not there, tuck and run.
Right, there you go.
I mean, we saw that how many times last year in watching Canton South and the stud Poochie Snyder. Go 5 wide, drop back, throw dimes, and then all of a sudden he wants to take off, use his legs. It's a problem. It's that extra guy you got to account for.
While we have a moment, let's give a shout out to the touchdown king.
Unreal.
From Stark County, Poochie Snyder, right? Heading to Sacred Heart. Was doing a little bartender over there at Harmon's Pub. Doing a little serving over here in the summertime. Got a little work in under Coach T. Roop. The guy that scored a game-winning touchdown in the state championship for the Central Catholic Crusaders. And I know you mentioned that score earlier.
Yeah.
Central's going to struggle a little bit this year.
Yeah.
We've seen a lot of the private schools. The numbers.
Yeah.
They're just not there. Right? I mean,
not down in this area. It seems to be a lot of them are struggling with their numbers. When you go up further north, it's a little bit easier to have numbers on the field.
Ed Zaniggy doesn't have that problem,
No,
right?
no, not at all. I mean, who knows how long it'll be. I mean, they were talking about for a while maybe that Central Catholic joining the Aquinas, and we'll see if that ends up happening. But you're right, numbers are a problem over there. But it's next man up, TJ, just like the Falcons are. The other guy I was going to call out was Mikey Ritterback. Had one heck of a first quarter. He doesn't look like a sophomore quarterback. He made every proper read. He did exactly what he was supposed to. I really didn't see a mistake in that first half for the young sophomore. He was poised. He was telling his guys where to go. He's obviously heady and knows where his guys need to be. And he threw a couple dimes in that, especially over on the right wing over there to Carl on throwing the ball where only his guys can get it, and he looked very poised. So I'm impressed with both these quarterbacks. I'm impressed with the physicality of both of these teams. I can't believe I just said physicality because that's driven me nuts forever.
On, man.
Physical play. Let's go with that. 21 seconds here to the start of the second half. Going to be a good one
Jeff,
as usual.
I like this second half starting 7-7 with a lot of young guys. I get it. We talk about some playmakers here or there, right? But this field is not loaded with a bunch of dudes that are coming back that have made a name for themselves. You got one here. You got one there. We got a 7-7 second half getting ready to start. And we're going to find out who wants to play varsity football this year and who wants to get it done. I'll tell you what, man, some guys that get it done for us, C.H. Vallis and Associates, Lindsay's Pizza, Walsh University, we've talked about them, the Leathernecks Nation MC, always stepping up for us. Shout out to our boy Tim Arnold. Shout out to Padre. Shout out to Mongo, who we just lost here recently. Love you guys. Save22.vet. Drive Mine Group, Cackley Insurance, Nathan's Patio, LPL Financial, the Sam Center, McNeil & Sons Tree Service, Lace and Dagger Tattoo Company. We've got a lot of great people that get behind us. H&H Truck Parts, the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon Club. We've been blessed to be able to work with the Ohio High School Athletic Association, the NFHS Network, and our guys at Hillshire Clark Electric Company, man. TKDSsports.tv. Go check them out. We have a little partnership stuff that we're going to be launching here, getting out there to you. We're going to be able to put you guys onto a bigger platform. Again, tomorrow night, Jeff, myself, we're going to be up there in Kirtland. Dalton Bulldogs coming off that state semifinal, state runner-up position last year. It's going to be fun times, man. Football's in back. We're right in the driver's seat, partner.
Can't wait. Now here's the kickoff. Cardinals going left to right on the dial on a short kick. Brought it in. Stepped out of bounds. Had room to run to bounce it back to the inside of the field. But he stepped out of bounds. It's going to be Cardinals ball on their own 34-yard line. Start of this second half. Like you said, TJ, to me, that's what makes high school football special. It's not the five-star recruit just going to Ohio State that's there for 2-3 years that is a stud coming back. These are freshmen, sophomore, juniors getting their first taste of high school football, and it's time to step up. That's what makes it exciting for me. Man in motion, right to left. Here's a jet sweep. Got it to their guy. Room to run. Bounce it outside. Looked like a possible horse collar, but I think he had the shoulder pad on the tackle. We got a flag on the field. I would expect it to possibly be some holding there.
It was thrown in the vicinity of where the left guard, center, right guard were all starting to go what we call elephants on parade. They all start marching to the left and come from the interior. Maybe it was from the backside. You see that, Jeff. They're going to walk that thing back. You hate to start the first play of the second half, go negative yardage after you just saw a big positive play. Coach Brian Gamble, maybe now this is a time where you're sitting here 1st and 20. You know what? Take a shot to number 17. He's your guy. We're going to see how much Luke plays a factor in the second half. I think he's going to come up big.
Trips right, single left, rolling right, throwing right. Complete, good, hard hit by the Falcons. No gain there, and the Dirty Birds are going crazy on that Falcon side. Another great tackle in the open field by the sophomore, John Hill. 2 or 3 sophomores out there for the Falcons stepping up big, especially in those open field tackles. 11:19 to go, 3rd quarter, 2nd and 17 for the Cardinals. Cardinals going left to right on your dial. Deuces right, deuces left. Hard count, held their water that time. Didn't get the Falcons to jump this time. Now looking at the sideline to Coach Gamble for the call. Looks like an audible, going to bring him in tight. Still deuces right, deuces left. Here's a snap, dropping back, looking left, taking off, running, got tackled, a sack for the Falcons. Great job collapsing that pocket and getting him with the ankles from behind there. That was Colin Sullivan, big guy. Has been all over the field for a couple years now.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that got a chance to learn alongside your boy Dom Emer. Got a chance to learn behind Big Country. Xavier Collier with the back slaps from Dom Emer. I'll tell you what, somebody's going to have to learn something off of that. We've seen Sullivan. He's been that guy.
Yep.
What's number 58? What's number 55 going to do alongside those guys? Really interested to see him as we see Peter Killey getting ready to come off the edge.
Deuces right and left again. All near sack there by Killey, but he's in the open field. Quarterback taking off, running left. Got drilled in the open field. Back to the original line of scrimmage after a hard hit in the open field there. Grable took some contact. It's going to be 4th down and long now for the Cardinals. 9:46 to go, 3rd quarter. Bringing the punting unit on for the Cardinals. McVicker and Carl back to receive for the Falcons on their own 30-yard line. Sandy Valley has a good punter. Let's see if we can get away here. Still 7-7 ball game here in the 3rd quarter. 9:25 to go. Bad snap. Botched it. Brought it back in. Caught it. Kicked it. Got it away. What a great job by him. And it landed at the 49-yard line. Going to take over their first possession of the second half for the Falcons in the territory of the Cardinals. It's the 3rd bad snap there for the Cardinals, TJ. High snap over his head. He was able to avoid a huge disaster and get that ball and get that punt off. Nearly blocked, but here come the Falcons. 9:10 to go, 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 for the Falcons. They're going right to left on your dial, and they're all whites. Mikey Ritterbeck going all the way up under center. Peter Killey in the backfield. Deuces left. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Killey. Off tackle, got room to run. Put his foot in the ground and stuck and went for a 1st down, 12-yard carry. Killey up the middle.
You get those 1st and 10 chain movers, Jeff. You know, you just got a gift from the special teams unit, right? When we talk about going on the road, an opportunistic offense, a relentless defense, and a special teams that is superior. We've seen that from Fairless. Can they take advantage of it? They just did it right there on 1st down.
Same play, off tackle, no gain there, maybe 1. Fairless looks like they're wanting to come out and establish the run here early in this second half, chew up some clock, get some confidence going back on offense. 7-7 ball game, 8.5. Falcons all the way to the 35.5-yard line in Cardinal territory. Same formation. Mikey Ritterbeck under center, the super sophomore so far, looking good. Handoff, fake handoff to Killey, rolling left, looking left, throw. Good ball, incomplete pass. Went through the up hands of Gilkerson, who could have brought that in. I think he took his eye off the ball, heard some footsteps. Incomplete pass, they're going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Falcons.
Yeah, you really want to try and take advantage of this possession that you've been given that started at midpoint, right? You get 8 minutes on the clock here in the second half. In the 3rd quarter, you've been able to chew up something like you talked about, Jeff. It's 7-7. You would hate to not be able to walk away with some type of points here if you're the Fairless Falcons.
Falcons break their huddle. Tight formation. Ritterbeck again under center. 2 tight ends in the ball game. Man in motion, right to left, and here is a penalty, pre-snap penalty. Legal formation maybe for the Falcons?
I'll tell you what, can we talk about my man, number 75 for the Sandy Valley Cardinals? Number 75, Weston Little. He's not a little dude. And I'll tell you what, you know a guy that he was able to learn from that Coach Brian Gamble was telling me about? Maybe my favorite all-time Sandy Valley Cardinal player, Wyatt Moyer, who rocked number 72, so maybe I'm a little bit biased. But 75 in the middle for Sandy Valley, he has been tough to move. The offensive line from Fairless is going to have to get after him.
Quarterback rolling right, looking right, got drilled. Great defense. Wow. Don't be on a train when the tracks of the train comes through.
Wow.
He got drilled in the open field there. Hard to pick up a number on that. Looked like the safety came up.
Number 5.
And made one heck of a play there in the flats on a wide open player. Looked like Angelo Rossi there on the tackle. Great tackle. Falcons now bringing on the punt team, Peter Killey. Is this a spot where you might fake something, TJ? That kind of territory. Here's the snap. Peter Killey up back in protection. Going to take it, is going to punt, and it's going to get him down. We're going to land out of bounds at the 14-yard line. So for the second possession of the second half, the Cardinals are going to take over at their own 14-yard line inside 8 minutes left here at Sandy Valley Stadium.
Somebody's going to have to start to figure out here if they want to win a varsity football game in opening week. You know, you just, if you're Coach A.J. Sarbaugh, it's got to bother you. Your defense giving it all for you, getting the ball back for you at midfield, and you can't produce any points. You know, you eat up almost a quarter to 3/4 of this second half, third period. You know, you got to find a way to put the ball in the end zone. Got to be creative.
Here's the snap, handoff up the middle, nothing doing there, no gain. Hit at the line of scrimmage and brought down right away. Great inside tackling there by the Falcons. TJ, you brought up Coach Tressel earlier. He talks about what's he talk about second after special teams?
Mistake-free, opportunistic offense, and a relentless
field position
defense.
Field position in there somewhere?
Field position, man. I'll tell you what, win the game of field position. That's one of the battles you don't have to worry about. It's probably going to give you an 80 to 85% chance to win the game.
Rolling like, picked off by the Falcons, intercepted. Taken back all the way to the 3-yard line. Peter Snavely on the interception on a rollout right by the Cardinals. Just didn't throw that ball high enough on that rollout into the flats. Snavely jumped up, picked that ball off, and took it down to the 2-yard line. You just brought up ball control again, TJ. You're calling the plays out there, it looks like. 7:16 to go. Falcons with an enormous opportunity now on the second turnover of the ball game for the Cardinals. Mikey Ritterbeck under center at the 2-yard line. 2 in the backfield. Looks like we're going to be going hard nose up the middle. Made a guy miss, and wow, I don't know how Peter Killey made anybody miss there. There was 3 guys in the backfield all over him. Put his foot in the ground, made a guy miss, and got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. That was impressive.
Partner, you were over here talking about the field position battle. When you talk about relentless defense, you saw the pressure coming from those defensive linemen as they were rushing the quarterback, but the discipline not to jump, not to let them get you thrown off, allowed you got to make the pick, get inside the 5.
Pitch, got in space to Peter Killey. He's got room, 2 blockers, touchdown Peter Killey. Fairless Falcons go up by 6. I like that play call. First one, pounded him in on the center in a goal line offense. Second time that they went with that pitch to the right to get Peter Killey, put Peter Killey in space. Had 2 blockers out there, TJ. They had no chance. It was 3-on-2. Touchdown Falcons, 13-7, Fairless.
Well, and I think if you're Coach A.J. Sarbaugh, you just got to be happy with the fact that Peter Killey's back out here. He's running across the end zone. He's taking carries. He's doing what he needs to be done because he is one of your leaders, and you need him out there.
And another near block. But it's up, and it's good for the PAT. So the Falcons, with their defense stepping up, making a 14-7 ball game with 6:36 to go. Wow. TJ.
Wasn't
Huge.
expecting that. And you know what? I give credit. I'll tell you what, Snavely, what he was able to do, staying home, not jumping up in the air, playing home base, keeping his feet on the ground when the opportunity presented itself for him to pick the ball, and you take it inside the 5. Here's my only problem, brother. You may not get Hilsher Clark Electric Performer of the Game because you couldn't get it across the end zone. Every defensive lineman's dream.
Yep.
You get that ball right in your mitts. You got to get it across the goal line. You can't get caught. You can't get hawked. You can't. It can't happen.
Well, I think the first priority for a defense lineman is to catch the rock. He did
There
a
you
good
go.
job
We'll
there.
start with that.
Let's start with
Fundamentals.
that.
We're
Yeah,
fundamental
yeah.
football players.
TJ, you brought it up a little bit earlier, our partnership that we got coming with TKDS. Can you elaborate a little bit on what that's going to look like?
Yeah, you and I both had a chance to talk to our boy Kevin Fowler down there in Dayton as we were rolling in here to Magnolia. You know, we got some things going on with them. TKDS Sports.tv. We'll be announcing that new partnership as we get online here, start to put some more social media stuff out there for you. We've had a slow roll here as SMG Network has kind of rolled itself out as a new brand. And I'll tell you what, couldn't do it alongside anybody else better than my partner here, Jeff Tyler. Some of our other great friends will talk to you. Great sports, 2024 high school football season, 2024-25 high school athletic season is here, man. I'm excited for our partner. We're going to roll out a lot of stuff. We'll be there for the hoops. We'll be there for the wrestling. We'll be there for a lot of different things to highlight all of these great athletes, not only in Stark County,
Yep.
not only in Summit County, T County, where we go, Carroll County, right down the street, but all of Northeast Ohio. You and I grew up in it.
Yep.
We played in it. We live in it. And we know how special it is in the grand scheme of things, not just in the state of Ohio, how special Northeast Ohio athletics is across the country.
After a tremendous return there on the kickoff, and another great run right after that. So the Cardinals took that kickoff all the way back to the 44-yard line, and they followed it up with a great run off tackle, getting the ball back. Maybe they're going to try to get the rock back to Jack Murphy on and get a little bit conservative here. Down 14-7. Plenty of time left here. 6 minutes left, third quarter. Two great weapons. You got Murphy, and also you talked about Gillen quite a bit. And it is Murphy off tackle again. Got contact, bounce it outside, and got hawked down, but he got the first down after initial yak yards. Great run there to stiff arm, bounce outside, and get the extra to get those chains moving. 5:40 to go, 1st and 10. Now into Falcon territory at the 45-yard line. Jack Murphy looks like he's cramping up a little bit, trying to stretch himself out. Deuce is right, single left. Murphy in the backfield off the left hip of Grable. Here's the snap. Fake handoff, pulls it back, all kinds of pressure. Another sack by the Falcons. How much for room service? These guys are hungry on the Falcon side.
Snavely getting it done. Got himself an interception. Got a little bit of return yardage on it. Now the guy's in the backfield harassing the quarterback, making plays. You can see his frame, Jeff, as I kind of slide in here and get you that trot off the field. You're making some plays there. Number 5 getting it done. Tall, long, looks like he has a lot of strength. He's able to get his hands inside that offensive lineman for the Sandy Valley Cardinals, create the pressure.
Here's the 2nd and 21 play on a nice screen. Lots of room to run, and all the way back past the line of scrimmage. Gonna bring up 3rd down and 5, so a 16-yard gain on the screen play by the Cardinals.
Well, just go back to what number 5 did there for Fairless as he got upfield. All of his boys are getting upfield. They're feeling that pressure. They're getting a little bit out of pocket. And all you do is, if you're Brian Gamble, is you mix in a little screen
What
like
a
that.
great call.
Big time play call from Coach Gamble. Allowed a 1st and 10. A lot of negative yardage to go to 3rd and 8 now.
Here's the snap, 4:35 to go. Drops back, throws over to the outside, and incomplete. Dropped it wide open. carpet. There's a flag on the play. I think that's going to be pass interference on the Falcons. Away from the ball, I think there was contact there in the middle of the field. And we'll see what this penalty is going to be. And it's against Sandy Valley. I didn't see what the call was, TJ. I saw him point to Sandy Valley. 3rd down and 8. Let's see if Coach Sarbaugh is going to take this or make him punt.
You already started talking about punt being the most important play in a ball game. And this is really where Coach Tressel, that's going to go against number 10 for Sandy Valley. But, you know, when you talk about punt being the most important play in a game of football, Jeff, it kind of rears its ugly head right about here, right?
Yep.
You're trailing by a touchdown. We're approaching the 4th quarter. You know, do you just want to line yourself up not to essentially get the first down, but so that we can maybe pin these guys deep back in our 5-yard line? The only bad thing that happens outside of that is if they take that rock and drive it down your throat. You know, Fairless is feeling it now.
Deuces left, deuces right. 3 mistakes in a row by the Cardinals. Let's see if they can rebound. All kinds of pressure again. They're going to go deep, over the middle. Oh, what an incredible jump. Bobbled around, brought in an incomplete pass. And oh my, I see what they were talking about with the hops of Lucas Gillen. He threw a ball all the way down to the 25-yard line.
Wow.
Gillen took off in the air. Definitely would have dunked that one. Initially brought it in, got tipped away. I thought it got tipped to another Cardinal player, but it was incomplete. Ball landed on the carpet. Now it's going to be 4th down and 22 for the Cardinals. Going to punt from their own 43-yard line. Punter's heels are on his own 30. That would have been a huge play for the Cardinals. Great ball, great attempt, and great defense by Fairless. They were able to get their hand in there and knock that away.
Yeah, I like the aggressive nature of the shot downfield. You got to love Fairless sitting back there. You know, you got some guys that may have they've never had their card pulled before. Been tested on a big play like that. Big ups to the Fairless defense.
Let's see if Fairless can pick this ball up this time. McVicker does. He's going to run hard up the middle, up the right side, and got, wow, all kinds of contact on the sideline there. And a great return there by McVicker to get it across the 40-yard line to about the 42 for the Falcons. 1st and 10 play now, going right to left on your dial, up 14-10 or 14-7 with 4:10 to go.
Jeff, while we have a moment here, we're going to talk about some of our good friends at Rooster Tail Barbecue. Matt, Randy, John, all the boys, roostertailseasoning.com. They're at Kishman's. They're over at the Green Farms. We're going to talk about more of them here throughout the second half.
Peter Killey with a juke and a jive. A little shake and bake in the middle there, and got about 3 yards on that one. Going to be 2nd down and 7.
You know, Jeff, one of the things I don't like about games like these is you talked about it coming out at the end of the first half. You know, Hilsher Clark, electric performer of the game. Who do you really give it to? Tight ball game. You look at the guys that have scored and gotten across the end zone. Do you go old 7 deuce route and you start to look at a guy in the trenches like number 5 for Fairless? You know, it's going to start to peak itself out as we get into this 4th quarter. We're already 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd. 14-7 lead for the Fairless Falcons. Right now, I got to kind of lean towards old boy number 5. I mean, those are huge. Monumental plays.
Huge. And the Falcons there got a penalty, and they're going to push back. It's 2nd down and 18. Should be 1st down and 18. Replay 1st down, I believe. Handoff on the right. Carl juking and jiving, getting outside with the speed, and beat him to the corner to get all the way back down now to 5 yards past the original line of scrimmage. So it's going to be 2nd down and 5. A great 1st down play after that penalty. When in doubt, go to the jet sweep to Carl and let him get his speed and get him outside.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm really I'm liking the game that this kid's bringing to the field. I know he's got the attitude and the aggressiveness of his daddy, but I'll tell you what, there's a playmaking ability there. Not only that, his awareness to find the holes, to cut outside, whether he cuts inside, he's getting it done.
Handoff, Peter Killey off tackle. Made one move, made another move. 1st down, Fairless, and more. He's got the feet moving. Great interior running by Peter Killey there. Peter Kelly is explosive, has incredible vision, and can hit the hole hard. What I like about him, TJ, is he puts his foot in the ground and he just makes a quick move and he keeps going north.
Can I tell you what I like about number 61 on the offensive line for Fairless?
That's it.
Rocking that big country. I'll tell you what, he is getting after number 75 on this defensive line for the Sandy Valley Cardinals. I hyped him up coming out of the first half. Second half, talking about 75, looking like he's holding the line of scrimmage. But you know what? That last play right there, I saw number 61 feeling a little bit of that old country, getting that back slap from Coach A.J. Serber. Where's Dom Eber at right now? Is he in attendance? I mean, there's some back slaps that need to happen inside of this press box right now.
I wouldn't doubt if he's on the sideline or in the box, to be honest with you.
Call him.
Make
the call.
I saw
Make the call.
Pomeo was over there. I saw Pomeo
That's
over
all
there
right.
grabbing a sandwich.
Listen, that's all right. I don't talk to wide receivers. I don't talk to skill guys. I want one thing, and I want one thing only. The greatest mullet, Jerry curl, cowboy curl, whatever you want to call it, Dom Emer, greatest high school haircut of all time.
It was pretty darn good.
Hands down. Love it.
Hey, back to 61, Cornish. His dad, Scott Cornish, played 2 years behind me, and he was a stud. He's one of those guys that had that mark on his forehead from his helmet for a week. He played so hard. Off tackle, run again, up the middle, another 5 yards. Falcons getting running yardages, and the mouths are starting to chirp, I believe, because we got a couple penalties now, and I'm going to suspect that is a personal foul on one of them, and we got a Falcon down on the carpet here. Another cramp, TJ.
Yeah,
We're
there
at
you
4.
go. But you know what?
We're at 4.
Let's highlight this guy right here, number 61. Tell us
Big
a little bit
dude.
more about him and his daddy. There's some athletic ability there. He's there being a team player. He's trying to help his boy stretch out his calf, get him back in the ball game. But 61,
I tell you what,
he's got some girth to him.
TJ, his dad was probably 5'10", 220, and was just a monster. This kid is 6'3", 300-pound senior.
Oh,
That's Power 5 numbers, isn't it?
woof, woof.
6'3", 200 on the O-line. And that 15-yarder must have been on Fairless because it is coming back. Second down now and 20. Penalties are starting to fly on both sides of the ball and killing good drives for both teams. Deuces left, single right. Ritterbeck drops back, going deep, over the top, 50-50 ball.
Oh!
What an incredible effort. Covered good, and here we got another cramp. Number 5. My over and under was 7, TJ. We're almost there. And that was a great, we got 6 now, TJ. We got 2 cramps on one play here. Man, it happens every year, and it always amazes me, too, because it's cool, you know? They've been doing 2-a-days all this time, and it just amazes me that we get this many cramps week 1, week 2, every single year.
It's
Guess
not
nature's the ball game, huh?
It's not like it's a 102-degree opener
Right.
over at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium with the Gleno Golden Eagles and the Tigers. You know, you work yourself into shape. What have you been doing since June?
I never understood it.
Have you been preparing yourself? Because, hey, one thing I think you and I both know, I played it a little bit, you've seen it a little bit, Big Ten ain't no joke. When it comes to offensive line play, you're expected to run the ball and pick up 3 yards in a cloud of dust.
Yeah.
If that allows us to do whatever we decide creatively on third down, we're in a manageable second down.
Right.
So you're pulling people and kind of calling bluffs, see what you can get away with. And if you can manage to pick up, hey, like Euchre, partner, you get a couple of those slough cards and you get yourself a trick, I'll tell you what.
Going some slot.
Coach is happy about it because the win is win all day.
Back in action here. Falcons now 3rd down and 20 at their own 44-yard line. 2:59 to go, 3rd quarter. Falcons up 14-7. Both teams are moving the ball and then moving it backwards on penalties. We've had more penalties in these last 2 possessions than we've had the entire ball game. Not sure what's going on here. Officials have not put the ball down. They're discussing midfield. The game clock has not started. Little all in action here. I got a feeling real soon something big's about to happen here. 3rd and 20. I got to figure Fairless is going to do something a little bit conservative, maybe over the middle, just to get some yardage back so they can pin them deep if they don't get a first down. Here's a snap, drop back. Nope, they're going over top again, right back to him, and should have been picked off and was knocked down, incomplete by the Falcons. Back-to-back play calls on go routes on the right-hand side for the Falcons. 0 for 2 on that call. Now you got to bring the punt unit on. I guess, TJ, they want to take shots. They got a good punter and feel they can get away with that field position and still get a good punt off and still maintain their good field position. 2:52 to go. I don't think the clock started on that, did it, TJ?
It did not. Substitutions coming in late.
Peter Kelly still in the ball game here after his 3rd and 4th cramp over there. He's on protection duty here on the punt. Nearly blocked again. They're getting close every time. And a good punt down to the 24-yard line. The Sandy Valley Cardinals are going to take over once again. This is a classic seesaw battle football game here. What a great way to start our 2024 season here in Northeast Ohio.
Well, it's seesaw, partner. I'll tell you what. One of my favorite bands, Moody Blues, they said ride that seesaw, but if you're going to go up and down, you've got to put points on the board, right? You're going to get to a point for Sandy Valley. You're here in front of your home crowd. Fairless is finally starting to step up and play a little bit of defense, forcing you to do some creative things, and all Coach A.J. Starbaugh wants to see is the offense make a mistake and your defense capitalizes on it. They've done it once. They can do it twice here before the end of this 3rd quarter.
Here's a snap. Look a little bit earlier. They're going to be a jet sweep, getting their playmaker to the outside and got tackled by 2 Falcons. Great job, great pursuit there again by the Falcons. And guess who? Hunter Dean on the outside, accompanied by Colin Sullivan. I'm impressed how Sullivan can get to that outside off that offensive line or defensive line and cover those flats on that jet sweep. And another man down cramp. We are at, I believe, 7 now, TJ.
You know what? It's a funny little thing here.
I should have bet that parlay, shouldn't I?
Funny little thing at the beginning of the year.
Cramp parlay.
So I'll tell you a little bit more about our good friends over here at roostertailseasoning.com. They're down at Kishman's IGA. They were the winner of the Egg Up Fest in Colway. That was the Green Egg Up Fest. Okay, they've also been located down in Sugar Creek, Sharm, Ohio. They got the first place for the big tournament down there for the entree dessert, the grand champ. You know, Matt, Randy, John, they do a phenomenal job. Appreciate you guys always getting behind us here at the SMG Network as we've transitioned to some new stuff, new ways of bringing you content, new, understandable, more digestible content for all the sports lovers out there. I'll tell you what, the Rooster Tail guys are going to be out at Hartville Hardware September 21st. So I know we got a couple guys out here that like to do the briskets. Got some guys out here that like they think they make the best steak. They make the best burger. Whatever you do, the grill post, roostertailseasoning.org.com. I'll tell you what, when we get a chance to cook some brisket, partner, nothing else matters in the world.
Pretty good. Here's an update on some scores. Perry Panthers now up 28-rip in the 3rd quarter over Central. As you know, the Falcons are up 14-7. And still a tight ball game here. Well, it's still halftime. I'm just wondering if that's just not an update yet. Still showing 19-13 at half for McKinley over Warren Harding. So that's a tight contest there. I believe McKinley's at home on that ball game. So maybe Warren Harding's got some bus legs, you know. You know how that is, TJ.
I do not know because my legs were not athletic enough to get bus legs. But I'll tell you what, I know that these McKinley Bulldogs got high expectations, so they better get after it.
Fake handoff rolling out. Another sack by the Falcons. Guess who it is?
Wow.
Unbelievable. Peter Snavely on another great defensive play. He's got 2 sacks for loss, and he's got a near pick 6, but a pick off all over the field.
Well, you can tell. He's playing a little bit pissed off. And can I tell you why?
Because he didn't get in the
Because he
touchdown?
did not cross the goal line.
He has been blowing
Max
people up since then.
effort is being given now by number 5.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 19 for Sandy Valley. 1:40 to go, 3rd quarter. Man in motion, left to right. Trips right, single left, dropping back, throwing. Nearly picked off again by Snavely in the same play. He almost got it, but it was then brought down on a great tackle in the open field by Zach Long. Whew, TJ, that was nearly a pick 6 by Snavely again.
You know, you're playing in danger zone here, man. You're inside of your own 20, roughly right around it. You know, you think that whatever weather you've been kicking it in, it's not going to affect you. You know what? The guys who have the most practice and most reps of kicking that ball off the foot when it's a little bit cooler out have the most success.
Great catch there as the Falcons sent everybody's getting to the outside, got room to run. Oh, looked like maybe a late hit. No penalty there. Good play there by the Falcons on a great return, and they have successfully flipped the field position here in this ball game.
You know, Jeff, when we start talking about potential Hilscher Clark player of the game as we get closer to the 4th quarter, that's also kind of what I like, man, because it seems a lot of time we got to give it to that certain guy just because he throws the football and he catches the football. And I don't know if that guy is here inside of this game right now.
No.
I mean, you could legit talk about an offensive lineman to get player of the game.
Falcons now got the ball back here, 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line of the Cardinals. Handoff. Peter Kelly made one move, spin move. Got a few yards, got all the way to the 26-yard line. Going to bring up 2nd down and 5. 37 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter. I think Coach Sarval is going to take his time here, let his guys get a breath, run the clock, maybe do one more play here and flip the field, get into the 4th quarter with the lead in the rock in the territory of the Cardinals. Cardinals have looked stagnant on defense. They're going to need to step up and make something happen on that side of the ball to flip this game. 12 seconds to go here. Here's the snap, handoff, all kinds of pressure, run off tackle. Peter Kelly got tackled immediately. Cardinals saw that play coming, and we've got a hobbling player coming off the field for the Cardinals, and that does flip it. 4 fingers in the air, folks. We're looking at 4th quarter here on week 1 at Sandy Valley Stadium. Fairless Falcons up 14-7 as we go into the 4th quarter. Falcons have a 3rd and 5 at the 25-yard line. So we'll see if the Sandy Valley defense can step up here and make the Falcons do something they don't want.
Jeff, again, as we always talk about some of our great partners and sponsors here at SMG Network, you know, we've been able to weather some storms, so to say, when you're a startup business. When you have great community partners behind you, like we have, people like the Eagles FOE 190, people like Canton Towing, my guy Joe Corum, getting behind us. You know, guys at H&H Truck Parts.
Yeah.
Although they're located all the way up off Rockside Road, they are one of the leaders and not only the largest purchaser of Eaton Fuller parts in the state of Ohio, which those are the big boy parts. Those are the good ones. That's not the good, better, best. That's the best all day long. H&H does that. They do over $1 million a month in transmissions, reman differentials, driveline specialists, 6 bays up there at their facility in Independence off Rockside Road. Make sure you reach out to the boys at H&H Truck Parts. They've always been there for us. They continue to be there for us. Make sure you're there for them. Any of our guys out there driving truck, making sure your rig is on the road, you're making money. If you got parts that you need and you don't want to get taxed going and paying for something brand new retail, call H&H Truck Parts. Go hhtruckparts.com. Check out my guys Mark and Jeff Heater. They are the best in the business. They get it done all the time for the people. Love our guys at H&H Truck Parts.
Great shout out there. Great people over there, too. Back in action here. Quick throw left. 1st down, Falcons. Cameron Carl brought another one in for a clutch 1st down. And Mikey Ritterbeck continues when he's called upon to throw dimes. for the most part, they have called a really conservative game for him, letting him hand off a lot, let him throw some outs, went deep a couple times last time, were good balls, just didn't get completed. I'm pretty impressed with the young Mikey Ritterback to this point, being poised and throwing the rock and running this offense. 11:55 to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 Falcons, now in the red zone. Handoff Killy, made one guy miss, bounce it outside, made another guy miss, got hit hard, got tackled low. And he got a few yards on that one, getting up a little bit slow. He's kind of like a little Jim Brown, TJ. He gets up slow a lot, and then he just runs it down your throat next play.
That's a hell of a comparison. I like it. It's ambitious.
Ambitious. I'm just saying. He gets up slow, but the kid stays on the field.
What I like about this Fairless football team is it really felt like through the first quarter, for the first half, Sandy Valley's at home. You expect them to have a little bit of energy behind them. Fairless has just stayed locked in all game long. And they're waiting their opportunity, and they got it right now.
Poised. Long throw across the field. Carl made 2 guys miss, 3 guys miss, still fighting. In touchdown, Cameron Carl on an incredible juke jive hip hop all the way into the end zone. What a play.
You know, I didn't want to give away the spoiler, but Brandon Carl, Cam Carl's daddy, already told me that if he gets Hilscher Clark Lecture Performer of the Game, there's going to be an after party at the Carl household. I'll tell you what, man.
So we might be packing up heading there, huh? 20-7 Falcons. Wow.
What a way to crack your, we'll call it your varsity first touchdown. Cracking your entrance, right? Look at Cam Carl breaking tackles, finding his way, fighting to the end zone.
Extra point up, extra point good. 21-7 Fairless with 11 to go on the road at Magnolia here at Sandy Valley Stadium. TJ, I know I made an aggressive comparison last time. Peter Killy to Jim Brown. I'm going to make another aggressive one on the Cam Carl first tutty. Eric Metcalf.
Oh my gosh.
He jumped left, jumped right, made a guy miss, and put it into the end zone for 6.
Kid's a natural, man. He's all over the map. I'll tell you what. Does this really start to show you the type of coach that A.J. Sarball is? Because I get it. You can do all this, all that, career school record wins when you got a stud group that comes in through freshman to senior year. You saw it. You know these guys. You're family with them. You've talked with them. We've seen them. We know what they can do, right? But I don't know what a Cam Carl can do. I don't know what some of these other guys can do. And they're getting it done right now. Again, you're on the road in the opener, and you're up by 2 scores. And there's 11 minutes on the clock in this ball game.
What we're looking at is leadership.
Yeah.
A.J. Sarball took over this program. He changed the culture in a good way. It was always a decent culture, but it wasn't a we expect to win culture.
The big C word, culture.
And he's leading from the front. He's getting these young kids to believe. But not only that, TJ, I think Coach Sarball does as good as anybody in the county of using his the strength of his players and putting them in position to win. He figures out who his playmakers are, what their strengths are, and he puts them there and he uses them. I mean, you're seeing a totally different offense than you saw the last 2 years when they had Colucci could sling it everywhere. This is a different offense, but he's making it work and his guys are poised. I'm impressed as usual. Little squib kick there on the kickoff. I don't know if that was on purpose or not, but squibbed it to the 33-yard line. So now the Sandy Valley Cardinals are up against it. We'll see what Coach Brian Gamble can come up with here. Inside 11 minutes in the fourth quarter, down 2 touchdowns. Got my eyes on that defensive line of the Falcons, see if they can get more pressure in there. Killy outside, wide open, caught, brought in, and tackled in the open field. A near first down, a 9-yard gain there. A great play call by Brian Gamble. I tell you what, I've been impressed with Gamble's play calling tonight.
It's been great, but I'll tell you what, when you're down by 2 scores, you're going to have to open it up even more, man. This clock's going to work against you. You got some new guys out there. I think we both know what may need to happen. You just got to solely start looking at 17, playmaker, tell him to get it done.
And a pre-snap false start there for the Cardinals. Going to bring them back 5. 10:20 to go. Going to be 2nd down and 6 now for the Cardinals. Been a good 3.5 quarters so far, TJ. Just over 3 quarters. Excited to get on the mic with you. This is going to be fun this year, brother. As we said, join us tomorrow night. We're going to make the drive to Kirtland for a good ball game there. I know Dalton wants that pretty bad. I know they're a little concerned about getting that W on the road at a program like that, but we'll see what happens. We got 10 minutes left in this one, though. Great play call, spin move, catch. First down, Cardinals. Stops the clock. Jack Murphy in the flats. Coach Gamble getting creative with his good running back to get him in the open field as well. As you said, TJ, starting to use his weapons. Using, Murphy good, and like you said, got to find 17. Haven't seen 17 in the mix for a minute. Drops back, all kinds of pressure. Throws it over, complete, in the flats. Outside tackled by 2 Falcons, about a 4-yard gain. Clock stopped at 9:41. 2nd down and 5. I haven't seen much over the middle at all for the Cardinals. I'd like to see like a post route or something to Gilland over the middle, maybe a deep post. Offsides there by the Falcons. Another hard count. Man, you see, very smart by the quarterback there. Every time he gets incredible pressure, the very next play he's going hard count and getting that 5 yards back for his squad.
Boy, I swear I told you earlier that the game of football is not rocket science, right? You
Hold
pick
your
up
water,
on
man.
little things like that, use it to your advantage. You know, if you can get guys out of the box, you can run it easier. If you can bring guys into the box because you're running it effectively, you get one-on-one coverage with your star wide receiver. But I'll tell you what, something as simple as that, noticing that rush of those defensive ends. Great job by the quarterback.
Quarterback rolling right, coming, cuts it up the middle, gonna tuck and run, gonna get hit, gonna break a tackle, and still on his feet moving for an 8-yard gain after he got hit at the line of scrimmage. So a great job after contact getting another 8 yards.
Did I just see a quarterback getting physical, tucking, running for yards, banging, taking contact?
Spin move.
Gotta love it. We don't really see it much more at any level of football. I dare to say that, you know, it's a game that's geared towards protecting them.
Yep.
At that moment right there, you're unprotected. That's all heart. That's a great pickup by the quarterback.
Deuces left, single right, handoff off the middle, quick hit, hard hitter, and short of the first down, and might have second effort. I think he's still short of the line to go. Hunter Dean got his nose in there again. Hunter Dean has had a pretty darn good ball game on that side of the ball, getting one of his first starts there as a junior.
Right, you know, Jeff, the pressure that really gets put on defensive linemen are not the guys that are just speed rushing up around the outside of the tackle and take themselves out of the play, right? It's the guys playing over top of center guard, the one techniques, the 3 techniques, because Sandy Valley is trying to run inside zone, and they just go off sides right there, trying to work inside zone to the left-hand side, and when you do that, you cannot jump off sides. Now, you're going to point fingers all the time. They go back and forth, right? Who is it? Who is it? It was me. It was you. But it looks like they're going to keep this ball right at, oh, they're going to walk it off here now. They're going to take it to the 40. So you're going to have a 3rd and 6 coming up. And I'll tell you what, I like my chances with your weapons on offense here. You know, you got a Gillen, you've got a couple guys out here, Murphy. Think about some of the other guys that Coach Brian Gamble's had to replace. Brady Russell.
Chad Davis.
You had old number 21 out there. There's been some studs on this Sandy Valley team.
Here's a snap, dropping back, rolling left. Peter Kelly in pursuit. Thrown, almost picked off by the Falcons, but incomplete pass, knocked down. Another great play by John Hill in the flash to knock that ball down. Almost brought that one in. Dangerous pass there by Grable. Peter Kelly was in pursuit. It was a good pickup on that block in space there to avoid a sack. 7:52 with the clock stopped. It's 4th down and 6. It's go time now, TJ.
Yeah, I mean, time is going to be working against you here. And when you're down by 2 scores and you see under 8 minutes to go and here in the second half, you better get after it. You better dial up the best play you got.
Here's the drop back over the top, going deep. 50-50 ball. Interception, Fairless Falcons. Caught it. Should have probably dropped that ball. And maybe he did. But a great coverage, stepped in front there. That was picked off by Antrell Hunter. First time we've called his name. I think he brought that ball down. Would have liked to see him knock that down, but that would have been a pretty heady play to think that way. He's just trying to get that ball on their side here. 7:45 to go.
That guy knows what it's like to intercept the ball before, man. When a guy's got some yak, the moment he intercepts the ball, if he goes down right where he's standing, he's going to be disappointed, you know?
Right.
You want to eventually try and make a play on top of it. Do it the easy way. Do it the hard way. However it gets done, man, I'll tell you what just happened right there could have iced the game for the Falcons.
Peter Kelly running off tackle, bounce it outside, did exactly what he needed to do, got a few yards and keep this clock running. I don't believe that Sandy Valley's called timeout this half yet, so Sandy Valley's got all 3 timeouts. I think Fairless has all 3 timeouts as well. I don't recall a timeout on either side. 7:26 to go. 2nd down and 6. Fairless working in their own dead zone at the 12-yard line.
Okay, Jeff, a lot of people can say here now with 7:18 left to go in the ball game, you're down by 4 scores. Do you take the big shot or do you try and force that other team into something, right? You got a lot of different opinions and options on what you can do right here.
I think that you do exactly what you're doing. Give Peter Kelly the rock. You got a veteran running back down there that is very good handling the rock, very good at making guys miss and get 2, 3 at a time. I think you do that another time. If it don't work out, you punt it away and you play defense. That's my thoughts. Maybe here you get something a little bit more creative. Maybe get Ritter back and roll out into some space, let him make a decision, and maybe get a first down. But other than that, I don't see the ball going in the air here. AJ does like those out routes, though, but we'll see. I don't think it's the right time for that. 6:28 to go. Up 2 scores. Taking their time, letting the clock roll. I think they're going to probably take a timeout here as the clock winds down on the play clock to 0. And Fairless is going to take their timeout here.
Wait, did you just say AJ Sarball likes anything other than pulling guards, running Dave, and going right between tackles? I mean, you know, I'm not going to sit here and say he's the most creative or sexy offensive line coach. He's going to be really mad that I just said that. His wife Courtney's going to love it. And I'll tell you what, he is sexy with his tie on, with the jacket over top of it.
He's going Jim Tressel a
But
little
you
bit
know
over there,
what?
almost a vest.
He's bold enough to understand when Dave and pulling guards and counter and power is not going to work. Okay, get away from it.
Yep.
Throw a whole different formation at that defense and see if they can pick it up.
And here we are in a fresh formation here. Single right, single left. Dropping back. They are going to throw it over to the flats. Carl dropped the ball. First mistake he's made.
It's all right.
But,
He scored a
hey.
touchdown. We'll take it.
Yeah. He had room to run. I think he was going to, with his speed, I think he was going to get that first down. So that's going to bring up 4th down and 3. Falcons up 2 touchdowns with 6:16 to go. Cardinals are not dead yet. The pastor's in the room, but they're not dead yet.
This is where, if you're a coach, you tell your punter, do you want to eat at the next team meal? Okay. Don't mess this up. We just need a great punt. This could secure the game.
Here's the drop back, the snap. They nearly got another one. A good punt down to the 48. Made 2 guys miss, but a good overall coverage and pursuit there by the Falcons to get that tackle to only give up 2 yards on the return.
Oh, I see. My guy is still stuck on a little bit of Yankees Guardians game today.
Yeah, I went
How about that
little Freudian
pathetic
slip, huh?
showing? You know, the so much promise coming into the All-Star. The start of the season, leading up to the All-Star break. I mean, we got one of the best teams in baseball. Yeah, every once in a while, you can eat a little bit of your humble pie. I'll tell you what, they're fun to watch, and it's tough to always lose to the Yankees, but they'll get one back tomorrow.
Rolling left, all kinds of pressure. Looked like a block in the back there. No call, but it's going to be a tackle for loss. Great pursuit there by the Falcons again. Maddox Durant. Yeah, these names are all familiar, TJ. I don't know if it's probably Josh Durant's kid. 5:42 to go. 21-7 Falcons on a second down at midfield for the Cardinals. Deuces left and right, dropping back, looking to throw, throwing. Great pass in the flats. Again to the running back, made a guy miss, made a second guy miss. A great catch and run all the way down to the 31-yard line for Jack Murphy. That play has worked 3 times for the Cardinals, getting their running back into the flats and just throwing a dime to the right. Fairless in a cover 2, just letting stuff happen underneath them. And we've got a snap and a stop and play here for something. I think it was a pre-snap timeout. Must have been by Fairless. Let's see here. We got they didn't signal who took it. I think it was a Fairless timeout because the whistle came from the opposite sideline over by Fairless. 5:12 to go, 21-7. Yeah, TJ, the Guardians, I purposely did not get excited. You see what their pitching is going to look like down the stretch. We got our Cy Young guy on the sideline watching all season with Tommy John going on. It's I don't understand why they haven't signed Trevor Bauer yet. Trevor Bauer's out there. Go get the guy. Let him come back home. Cincinnati fans want him. Cleveland want him back.
I'll tell you one thing. With the way people are nowadays, you talk about a cancel culture. Trevor Bauer has more people that have his back and want to see him come back and play baseball. Somebody's got to give him a shot, man. What a fun, interesting character, and I love his attitude.
Here's the snap. Dropping back, pressure again. Pulls it down and is going to take off running, but he tucked it, thrown over the top to the playmaker. Made a guy miss and pulled him out of bounds. Great job there by John Hilligan to make the tackle, a sophomore. Future looks bright for this Falcon team. They've got some young sophomores and juniors making big plays. That doesn't hurt them too bad.
Never
Lucas
does.
Gillen there on the flats completed the play. 1st and 10. 5 minutes to go. Cardinals put this ball in there soon, can make it interesting. They're going to the Wildcat again, and that looked like a false start or a illegal shift there, and it was. Every time they go Wildcat, TJ, they either get a false start or they get a bad snap. That's the 3rd time they went. Probably just stay away from that one at this point. 5:03 to go, 21-7. Fairless still in the lead.
You know, coming from me, a guy that teaches offensive line stuff, you almost wonder, don't do anything different. You know, just it has to be consistency, the same all the time. Like a golf swing, like bowling, exactly like playing center. You always want to count on it to be the same plays everywhere, every time if you're that quarterback.
Boy, I tell you what, TJ, this front 4 for the Falcons is getting it done.
Yeah, I like this number 5.
Pressure every
He's fine.
time. He had 4 guys in his face, forced to throw over, wide right, and couldn't get the ball there in time. He had to throw quick. Going to bring up 2nd down and 15 inside 5 minutes. They got to figure out how to get the ball into the end zone here pretty quick. And then maybe onside kick time. Little drop back throw. Great play again out of the backfield. Caught all the way down to the 5-yard line for the Cardinals. That play continues to work for Jack Murphy. Clock stops. Took about 4 seconds off the clock there, TJ. Great play to get 15 yards and give up 4 to 5 seconds. Short of the 1st down. It's 4-down territory. They got, let's see if they actually run it. They're going to pack them in here. And another pre-snap penalty Offsides, Fairless.
Wow.
How do you give up a first down like that? Again, can't hold your water inside the red zone when they've got 3rd and 1. Give them an easy first down. Cardinals are going to take advantage of that. They're going to get half the distance on that one to about the 3-yard line. Never understood that, TJ. If you're on the 6-yard line, that's a 5-yard penalty. Why it's half the distance? I never got that. I don't make the rules, though, folks. I just try to follow them. 21-7, Falcons still up. Cardinals pressing into the red zone here. Deuce is right, single left, rolling right, looking for his stud. Flush from the pocket, going back, looks like he's going to get in there, and he's going to score a touchdown on a broken play. A great Fran Tarkenton style. Woo. Drew Grable gets in the end zone to get within 8. Very important PAT here for the Cardinals.
Young Buck's got a little bit of a game to him. I'll tell you what, not fazed by the moment. Under 5 minutes to go. You know what needs to be done to solidify your seat at the table. Get it done all the way right there. Gotta love it.
Good vision, good wheels, good decision. Get your team within 8. Here's the kick, up and down the middle. After that, leather on leather, PAT. It's a ball game now, TJ. I believe that the Cardinals have 3 timeouts left. So here's the question. Are you going to go onside with 4:43 left? Or are you going to kick it deep and use your timeouts?
If I'm going based off of just what I've seen today, I think you can rely on your defense to make one stop. But you better not hope anything crazy goes wrong there. Like there's a 15-yard personal foul or this or that, whatever it might be. If you want Jello, if you want Jello, call this play. If you want the meat and potatoes, keep it between the tackles. Right now, you need to make that 4:43 disappear off the clock.
Normally,
and I can tell you, feed the big boys up front, give them the meat and potatoes, and let them get that 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's your quickest avenue to victory, leading by 7 points right now.
Normally, I am a onside kick guy in this position. I think Fairless just went 3 and out. They got conservative. Your defense stepped up. You got 3 timeouts. I think you kick it deep and pack it in with your defense, and let's just see what happens. And they are going to kick it deep. And a fair catch. And they're going to take over at the 12-yard line. I agree with that at this point, TJ. You got plenty of time left. You got 3 timeouts left. Kick it deep. Rely on your defense. You never know what's going to happen at this point.
You don't. I'll tell you what. But all it takes is just a couple first down pickups for the big boys up front. And I'll tell you what. You leave it out of the quarterback's hands. You leave it out of the wide receiver's hands to make dumb mistakes like they usually do. I mean, we know those guys.
And
right.
What's Fairless? Fairless is going. Oh, it looked like they were going Wildcat. Peter Killey with a great run up the middle, off tackle. And looking for help to get up. Got about 6 yards on that on the first big play there on the first down to get 5 yards.
You could not ask for anything more out of your running back right there on that first down carry.
Doing his job, 4-11 and ticking. When do you start calling timeouts if you're gambled? Around 2?
You have to
2.5?
Save it for the last possible moment.
Single
and right now, that looks
left.
like it.
Hand off Peter Killey. Got room to run. Got a pocket. Spin move. Brought down. Short of the first down.
Do you know how many of the coaches on his sideline are going to be angry at him
they gave
for
him
switching hands? But you know what? The guy believes in himself. He made a play to try and get his team back into the game. But it's dangerous doing that extra effort. We always see it. It hurts guys because they break down the fundamentals of this football's loose in my hand. You take that shot, now you've got a turnover.
And they did get the first down on that one. So that's a reset on downs. 3.5 and ticking here for the Falcons. And they nearly took the handoff for the Cardinals. Falcons are going to need to maybe switch it up other than off tackle here. Kelly's getting up slow again. Kelly is putting his whole heart out there as usual. Seen this kid work through injuries. I've seen this kid continue to play hard. He's cramped up 5 times. He can't even get off the field right now. And I promise you the kid's going to lay on the carpet here, get stretched, and say, give me the rock, coach. Give me the rock. 3:15 to go. Falcons up 7. They need probably 2 first downs to seal this ball game. No give up in them Cardinals either.
Never is, never was, never will be when you got a coach like Brian Campbell, who you talk about the old school coaching way. Coach Wakefield, he's come back to Perry. There's some other guys that decide to leave because they just know what's about to go down over there. If Zach Slace can't get it done, bring back Coach Wakefield, figure it out. Wakefield, cloud of dust, wing T. If you can work it, if you can operate your offensive running game right here, you should be able to chew up 3 minutes of clock.
Yep. Man in motion, left to right. They do switch it up. They give it to Carl, the speedster. Gets it at the outside, cuts it up, and gets no gain. But more importantly, going to take time off the clock. However, Coach Campbell, now with 3:08 left, takes his first time out. Realizing they need to probably stop them from getting another first down, and it's going to be 3rd down, I believe. Yep, 3rd down and 10 for the Falcons. So great time to take the time out there, TJ. They stop them here on this 3rd down. Now you got the ball back, 2 timeouts left with what, probably, well, 1 timeout. They'll probably take a timeout after this if they stop them.
I like it.
And they'll have 2.5.
Green grass and opportunities. We can talk about it all day long. The name of the game is to move the ball up and down the field and score at the end of each kick. But as you sit here right now, BJ Payne knows, you know, all the boys know, the guys that are in the trenches. These are the guys that know a running play is going to come. They're going to get this clock lit up and going. What's going to happen when you get your opportunity now? Make a big play on 3rd and long.
Here's the snap, dropping back, going, thrown, over the middle. Incomplete pass, had a man covered, had a man open, threw a great ball. I didn't have time. I was going to say they might throw this rock, and they do Sandy Valley a favor by not making them take a timeout. Took 5 seconds off the clock, and now Sandy Valley has 2 timeouts left, and now they're going to have great field position and all day to get the ball into the end zone. Sometimes you outthink yourself, huh?
Sometimes before kickoff, you think a game's going to go a certain way, and it's going another way. And I think this game has gone that other way. It's been exciting. It's been tight. There's something that's going to happen in the last 3 minutes of this.
Nearly blocked. Lands at the 48-yard line. Takes a Fairless roll into the territory of the Cardinals at the 41-yard line. 2:54 to go. We wouldn't want it any other way, TJ. Going to come down to the wire here in week 1 in Northeast Ohio football. Is there anything better than high school football in this state? I wouldn't want to call it in Texas or Florida. Give me Northeast Ohio any day of the week.
Childbirth and marriage, probably the only 2 things.
And the Sandy Valley faithful are starting to make some noise. Deuces left, single right. Here's the snap, drop back. All kinds of pressure, thrown, completed pass. Great play, got drilled. Man, that was a long play to get 2 yards. And again, the Falcons are firing in there. Let's see if they can hold water on that defensive line or if a hard count's going to give them some freebies here. Here's the snap, dropping back, going hurry up offense.
Good protection.
All kinds of pressure.
Protection. Come on,
great roll, throws it to the flats, caught. And great open field tackle again by Zach Gilkerson. Kept them short of the first down. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3.
Ruh-roh. We got offensive lineman down on the ground. I'll tell you what, quarterback he really didn't know. Here's the deal for first-time quarterbacks, man. I'm sure you've seen it before. You get those happy feet. You don't know what it's like to feel pressure coming off of your edge. When all you got to do is just slide up, right? But it's a scary feeling.
Yep.
I've never had to play it. I just had to worry about one guy who was massive trying to run over my butt. You've got 11 guys on a defense that want to rip your head off every play. So, I mean, it takes a guy to not only understand, yeah, you got to have guts. You got to have some charisma. You got to have a little quarterback personality. You got to have some game. You got to understand the game to not make mistakes, turn the ball over. But you also have to have awareness. And when you're sitting in a pocket and you're a newcomer, sometimes you don't feel comfortable. You slide up too fast. Like, sit in the pocket, let it develop, trust your offensive line. That stuff doesn't happen over one game.
Right.
Now you can come out here and mount a comeback after being down 21-7. That's going to right a lot of wrongs. I'll tell you what, I bet your ass gets along in practice on Tuesday and you start learning a few things, because when you're in what we call, this is a dog fight right now. You know,
it is.
You're at home in front of your home crowd. 2:20 on the clock left to go in the fourth quarter. You're down by a touchdown. A lot of people are going to find out what you're all about right here in this moment, because you've got a great opportunity in front of you. At 1st and 10, 2:20 on the clock. Hey, you know what? You pop this thing into the end zone. What happened last year, partner?
Ooh.
I'm not sure you don't go for 2.
Yeah,
right?
I mean.
Right? We saw that. You saw that last year, right?
Yeah.
AJ Starball says, screw it, we're going for 2. Let's knock this thing out right now.
We went for 2 at home. 21-14. Got to score. Throws it behind him. To complete it. Got room to run. Spin move. Made 2 guys miss. A bunch of Falcons bring him down. Short of the line to go. Clock is going to continue to run. 2:04 now. And the clock is now stopped. As Coach Starball is saying keep the clock running. They haven't put the ball down yet. Oh, there must be a penalty. Is there a penalty? I don't see a flag down. Holding on the offense.
Wow.
Huge, huge mistake for Sandy Valley. That's why the clock stopped.
I mean, I just talked to these officials before the game today, and I said, let them play, guys. I mean, there's no such thing as holding by an offensive lineman, but in a crucial position like this, Jeff, it just goes to show you the guy who, we've talked about so many different things that go into a football player, but the guy that can do the little things right, you know, be prepared to take on a guy when you know he's going to speed rush, lock him down, do those punches.
2:03 here left, dropping back, gonna take off, running on his own. He's got pursuit from behind. Jukes and jives and gets out of bounds and get that clock stopped. The clock is gonna continue to run. He must still be in bounds as they're gonna continue to wind that clock. I thought Grable did a good job of getting outside. But the clock is running now. 2nd down and 16. Sandy Valley at their own 48-yard line. Fairless in their cover 2, or really quads now. They're dropping the DBs all back. 1:27 to go. Rolling left is Grable. Looks like holding at the line. No call. Grable's going to tuck and run. He's going to get out of bounds. Might be a late hit, and it is. Big mistake by Fairless. You just said it, TJ. There might be a personal foul down the stretch. Hit him late. Out of bounds. 15 yards given to the Cardinals.
And how crazy.
Gotta hit the brakes
will that
there.
drive you as a coach?
Gotta
How
hit the brakes on that.
crazy. You teach it all the time. Listen, if he catches the ball, oh well. Just make sure he gets pushed out of bounds. Don't get us in a 15-yard penalty type situation.
Wow.
That look where they
Unbelievable.
be now. Right inside the 30.
17 left. 1st down. All the way in Fairless's territory now on the 27. Huge, huge mistake by the Fairless defense. And now you can open up the playbook, TJ. Gillen, wide right. Quarterback rolling right, looking. Looking to throw. Throws it. Completed pass. Missed tackle. He's going to go run down to the 3-yard fumbled ball. Fumbled it. Went out of bounds, though. But it's a first down, Sandy Valley, with 1:06 left on the clock. After a roll right. Great patience on the quarterback to run right up the line of scrimmage and not cross and complete that play in the flats. Now the clock is no longer a problem, TJ. Clock stopped. Clock is now running. Officials timeout looks like to get this corrected. All right, so they're going to put 10 seconds back on the game clock. 1:06 left. 21-14. TJ suggested, do you go for 2 here?
I mean, I can tell you the first thing I'm doing, I'm probably going to take a shot at old number 17. You know, but you got to love the way Murphy's been coming out of the backfield.
Yep.
Full head of steam, ready for contact.
You got 1st and goal. I think you got to take a couple shots running the ball off tackle, run clock while you do it, because you sure as heck don't want to leave a minute for the Falcons on the clock. Here's a snap, high, bad snap, great pressure, almost sacked, and somehow, oh my goodness, Gamble got a timeout called somehow before that play. That was going to be a busted play sack for the Falcons. Coach Campbell in the ear of the official on the sideline got that timeout called before the snap, barely. So it's still, so they should put 1:06 back on the clock. Yep, and they're going to do that. 1:06 on the game clock. Repeat first down, 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. TJ.
This is brutal.
We got a barn burner down the stretch, man.
Tell you what, I was actually I was doing some calculating with some friends the other day that, you know, when I played against Michigan my sophomore year in a horseshoe and we were double-digit underdogs, we had scoring drives of 99 and 97 yards. Think about the grand scheme of that in one football game. But you know what? If you can do something like this right now, as the Sandy Valley Cardinals, as you laid a snake in the grass the entire game, trailing by 2 touchdowns, and get it in the last minute,
great
here we go.
Play call, but sniffed out by the Falcons and tackled at this for a loss, really. Clock running, 21-14.
Here we go.
2nd down and goal from the 9. Creative play there, nearly got it to work. Deuces right, single left, rolling right. Pursuit again from behind, throw it to the right. Oh, and it's bobbled around, picked off. Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Bobbled twice, nearly picked off by John Hill and brought it in, but he was out of bounds. Wow. 3rd down and goal from the 9.
Well, partner, here it is. Before we get to the action, want to just say thank you to everybody catching us tonight. Opening weekend of high school football, and I'm throwing it in your lap right now. Who do you got before this 37 seconds is up? Regardless of what happens, Hilsher Clark, player of the game.
I'm getting the running back in the flats again because that's worked all night long. I'm going to leak him out to the right and throw it to him. And they're going to do a quarterback draw up the middle, and it's not going to work. Falcons are going to stop him at the 4-5 line. You got 1 play left.
Wow.
I think I'll go deuces, and they're going to go hurry up. I think I'd go deuces right. Can't believe they're not going to take their time to get this play in. Here's the final play of the ballgame, possibly pursuit. Missed tackle, wide open. Can he make the play? And he got in the end zone. I believe it's going to be close. No signal. No signal.
Game over.
Stop short of the goal line. It's over. Falcons hold them to the half-yard line. The officials are still talking, and it's Fairless Falcon ball. No time on the clock. Ball game over.
Unbelievable.
It was a broken play. The quarterback tucked and ran up the middle, got hit, jumped, looked like he crossed the plane from our perspective, but he must have had a knee down, and he's short of the line to go across the goal line, and it's over. It's official. Officials are getting off the field here. Fairless Falcons are going to celebrate. One heck of a ball game. Wow, shades of the Tennessee Titans Super Bowl against the Rams. A half-yard line reaching out and just came up less than a half a yard short. What a ball game. Fairless gets their revenge from last year's 4-hour ball game. Your final here in Magnolia, Ohio for the first game of the year. What a way to start the season. As the Fairless Falcons hold on the road to get the victory over the Sandy Valley Cardinals.
Jeff, did you get a chance to dial in on who made that game-saving tackle?
No, it had to be one of the safeties coming up. I didn't catch a number on that, but good Lord, what a play. It couldn't have been any of the D-linemen. The D-linemen were all in the backfield chasing the quarterback around, Grable. Grable made a great read. The only thing he could do, he had pressure coming from both sides. Pocket was gone, had to go up the middle, couldn't throw. Nobody was open. He did the only thing he could, and he had daylight. I thought that he had plenty of time and daylight to get in there, but somebody on that Falcon squad stepped up and made a play. Wow.
Partner,
what a ball game.
Who do you got? Who is in a driver's seat right now? I'll tell you what.
For the Hillshire?
Number 5 has really stuck out to me tonight for Fairless.
Yep.
I like this dude.
To me, it's between two guys, Cameron Carl and Peter Snavely.
You can for sure give Cam Carl a little bit of sniff at this thing, man. You know, not just because we like his daddy and they're fun people, but I'll tell you what, the young buck. I think we kind of knew he was going to come onto the scene. Yep. We didn't know if it was going to be in week 1. It might take him 2 or 3 weeks to get into the deal, but I'll tell you what. Cam Carl came out ready to play.
Cam Carl came out ready to play. Cam Carl made a bunch of plays in the flats. He made that incredible touchdown over here, but I think the change of the ball game was when Peter Snavely took over. He had 2 sacks. He had that pick that got him down to the 2-yard line to change the ball game. But that's my pick. I don't know. I'm 50-50 because they both were impactful. Cam Carl made plays all game. Even down the stretch, made some tackles. It's your call, partner. You're the boss.
I'll tell you what, man, we're going with number 5. We got to go with number 5. I think that was hands down the pressure, the interception, what he did for his squad when it counted the most. Tight end, defensive line, 6'3", 210 pounds, sophomore, just getting after it. First varsity reps, having a little bit of fun out here on the road. Big plays in the second half. Peter Snavely gets it done for the Hillshire Clark Electric Company, electric performer of the game. I'll tell you what, we love what Hillshire Clark does for us. We love what our guys over at roostertailseasoning.com do for us. Check them out down at Kishman's, Green Farms over there in East Canton. You know what, they were able to win the Egg Up Fest there at the Colway Green Egg. They got Sugar Creek, Charm, Ohio. They went down there, took first in the entree to the dessert, the grand champs. My boy Matt Robinson, his boys Randy and John. We appreciate you guys getting behind us. Check out roostertailseasoning.com. They will be out at Hartville Hardware on September 21st. They'll be there at 10 in the morning all afternoon. They got the different vendors set up. We're going to have some fun. Jeff, fun with all of our partners, fun with you, buddy. I'll tell you what, we kicked it off good here tonight, man. We're going to get Kirtland hosting Dalton tomorrow. Let's get it in.
Final thoughts from me, man. What a great ball game. What a great way to kick this off for the season. This is turning into one heck of a rival with this Thursday night ball game. 3 years in a row, TJ, this has been a phenomenal ball game coming down the stretch with 2 great clubs. Able to get it done with youngsters, both sides of the ball. Excited to be in the booth with you together for the first time, and we'll see you tomorrow night there at Kirtland versus Dalton. That's going to be a good game. Look forward to it. Signing off here from Magnolia, Ohio, the final. Fairless Falcons on the road, 21. Sandy Valley, 14. We'll see you next time. Have a great night, folks.